Patrick. Great to see ya. I have the ultimate jellyfishing challenge and a reward for the ones who can beat it.
Hey, Felix, you know I'm always up for a challenge, especially if it involves jellyfishing.
Jellyfishing and a reward? Tell us, Felix, tell us!
I heard on the news that someone beat the world record for jellyfishing. Now they're looking for somebody who can beat this record once more. So I thought, who would be better suited for this than the best jellyfishers I know? Are you up for the challenge?
Catching jellyfish? That sounds fun. You can count on us, Felix.
Let's go, SpongeBob! Those jellyfish won't catch themselves.
Showed up just at the right time. I'm upgrading Karen into a powerful antenna so we can reach King Neptune's palace on the Horn.
Unfortunately, we're missing my enhanced communication module. Plankton took it for who knows what, and then disappeared to the engine room.
My hands are all tied up here. Could you scoot to the engine room and look for it?
Catch your jellyfish.
Got it!
No place to reach the fish.
Hey!
Because of tariffs. Only communication. Where would that be?
Don't you have some adventuring to do? You're bothering me.
Hey, Bradley.
All right, Pat. Time to roll up our sleeves and make those Krabby Patties. It's ready.
Hey, that was
Give up my spatula.
communication module.
Got it!
It's in the engine.
Don't those two know that destroying things is bad for business?
Yellow!
It's the engine. That's about it.
Gotta say, it was kinda nice to have real ghosts at the resort for once.
It's in.
You used to have your big heavy hitters, and you knew that every year you could trust them to put out quality games. It seems that in the modern day, it's just not the case anymore. And most of the great games of last
Hey there, fellas. Did you manage to find the communication module? You best hurry.
the big boys kind of felt like
Floating patty, eh? Maybe Sheldon can create a burrowing chum bucket.
I played in 2025 that I found disappointing for one reason or another. Which you understand, this is not a mistake. First games of 2025.
Communication module.
Are pretty bad. Reasons why certain games were disappointing. Maybe there was a game that actually was decent, but just didn't live up to the expectations that people had for it. Maybe there was a game that might have been good, but just didn't disappointed. Or game stuff. So I think it's a totally different situation.
My favorite pastime.
However, I just want you to know they're not in any particular order, except for number one. All these games were disappointing and felt great. Really, I don't think the saddest would be disappointed. But there was one game last year that actually significantly disappointed. And that one I believe
Hey!
Disappearing. The things exploding, launching into the air. The game is obviously in other.
I guess I'll have to add a boulder dodging lesson at boating school.
Hey guys, already caught some jellyfish today?
I have no idea where.
And then it disappeared from the only time. And this game was playing for these problems. And not only was that bad, the game itself
Like, get access to the
interesting to me. The writing itself was bad.
Yellow!
And probably to make matters even worse, the game that's supposed to kind of be like GTA, basically this game didn't have anything going on. Like what's one of the things that you would say about Grand Theft Auto? with your driver. There's literally nothing happening to me at all at any time. Like, you're just so great. People using it in cars like that. It's just nothing actually happening. It's just a very empty.
My favorite pastime.
Hey! Sup? Hey!
Yellow! Can someone point me toward the Lido deck?
Very, very good example of a game that really didn't go on at all with any of the expectations that they had. If anything,
Hey there, fellas. Did you manage to find the communication module? You best hurry.
I'd rather be up here than down there.
Basically, this studio probably doesn't employ the people babysitting work that they probably any of the most right.
Ahoy there!
I'm afraid of heights, but I'm more afraid of being turned into a ghost.
Call me Air Sponge.
Ah, there we go. Now I found it. There we go.
Krabs has a top secret mission for you two. I'm building a portal device so I mean he, can get back to the Krusty Krab and save the secret formula.
Are you sure Mr. Krabs asked you to tell us that?
Fellas, would I ever lie to you? If you don't believe me, go ask Mr. Krabs. I'm sure he won't mind you questioning his orders.
Question our captain's orders? That's mutiny! Okay, Plankton, we'll find your scrap metal. Make sure you tell Mr. Krabs his best employee is on the job. Our lips are sealed tighter than a clam.
Good. Oh, and one last thing. Don't touch the portal. Now scram!
This game is a huge bait switch. While it sounds on the surface like it's really good, in reality, it's all just fake. It's just the girls who kind of angsty, and there's the entire scene based around these girls basically competing with like teenage girls. Why would they be acting like? Why would they be doing it? You know what I'm saying? And why do they sell it to the
Now what?
It's like whoever wrote the game are trying to make people relive a youth that they never lived, meaning they wish this is how their youth was, but it really wasn't. Or they read a whole bunch of like teen books now, and they start regurgitating they're like 8 or 12. What I'm saying is, like one of the characters in the teen book, they're doing risky things that they should never do, and then there are audience like stories that are not like actually watching this game and like,
My favorite pastime. Jackpot!
Okay? What they matter to leave is work. At the very end, I'm
Ow!
Hooray! You found it! Now we can get this over and done with. This isn't very comfortable, you know.
All right, hold your horses. Howdy. Anyone home? Wow, the darn thing's working, but no one's picking up. They must be busier than a clown at a rodeo with the gala and all.
But if they don't answer, we can't warn them. We'll be ghosts forever.
Wait a minute, SpongeBob. We ain't out of the game yet. We can just get Mr. Krabs to move this here floating patty all the way to the palace.
You're a genius, Sandy. Patrick, let's tell Mr. Krabs the good news.
Hey!
Plankton, what are you doing here?
Me? Just taking in the sights.
You've got your sights set on stealing the Krabby Patty formula, don't you?
Me? I would never. I mean, I actually have successfully stolen it several times, but let's not get stuck in the past. Capiche?
Sheldon, we told you to stay in the engine room.
And
I'm captain of this airship, and you gotta follow my orders. Now return to the engine room and get back to tinkering with that weird machine you got in there.
Mr. Krabs! Mr. Krabs! We have to fly to King Neptune's palace right away.
Are you two trying to give me, your captain, orders on my ship?
Sorry, Mr. Krabs, sir, but Sandy said they're too busy with all the people at the gala and no one is answering.
Yeah.
It's our only hope. Please, Mr. Krabs.
Busy, you say?
Yeah. Hey, are you gonna call?
Stuff to the gills with rich people. Rich, hungry people I could make money from. SpongeBob, me boy, set a course to King Neptune's palace.
Just say she's glad
Sir,
that
yes, sir. Setting sail on the
Can you do
double.
that with me, please? Please, when you say you're ready to do that?
I'm kind of busy.
Do you realize that a little over 2 week ago you lost your 89-year-old grandfather? Your 90-year-old grandfather? Grand's 89. She could go anytime, just like him. You don't necessarily have tomorrow to talk to her. Okay? I want you to sit in.
It's not at all. In any way, is that anything to do with Assassin's Creed? What they did is they almost doubled and tripled down on the formula and said, every world is the way to go now. Just make it an endless grind of going through these areas. You can't take it over. It doesn't make any sense. You're not going to be a one-man army if you're an assassin. That's not even what you're an assassin is. So what were they going for with this game? Basically nothing to do with anything that would belong in to Assassin's Creed. In fact, it's actually using the original Assassin's Creed shape to perform. You're not going to get a game that works small scale, and then assassination. And they have lots then. This game goes back to the world of Marvel, sleeping in the giant world, with any of the possible it doesn't even make sense in the series. Okay?
Alright, I wasn't going to say anything to that, but I want to come. We have to take that back, bro. I don't know much about and much about or I don't know much about, but I
I do think that he's wrong about Mind's Eye and Assassin's Creed Shadows. Those games were actually pretty good. And honestly, Shadows was really good when it first came out. It got one of the highest ratings on Steam, and it sold a lot of copies. It was very popular on PC when it first came out. I think back in January. I wasn't going to say anything about this, but he's kind of wrong about that.
PlayStation and Xbox may be delayed because hardware now pricing has gone up. Think about this logic. Okay. Yeah, that's true. It could be delayed because the pricing has gone up. Maybe. But what are we talking about? What evidence do we have? As a single person making those comments and talk about them yet, we don't know anything about the spec. PS6, Xbox, we have any information at all? No.
We do actually, Bill. You're wrong about that. We've been told that the systems are probably going to come out in 2027 or 2028. You have the Steam machine coming out this year, summer of 2026, I think, and stuff like that. I have not heard anything about Grand Theft Auto 6 getting delayed again, so I don't know where that comes from.
Literally, someone said, I'm bored today, I need to write an article. And they sat down and said, what's the said? Oh, the price of hardware goes up, maybe that...
I was literally shopping on the PS Store yesterday, last night, and I saw Grand Theft Auto 6. It's available to be wish list, so it's probably going to be coming out this year. I don't think it got delayed. I don't know what that game is.
And they published it and never picked up on it and said, oh, that's a news story. No, it's not. Something that's a hypothetical, common sense thing doesn't mean it's a news story. So, for example,
yeah, it does.
Right? It's all based on Jason Schreier, an industry journalist. It's a really good article, or in fact, I actually recommend. He did it on an audio book, that was printed about game development, and it covered the content of games like Destiny and stuff like that. It's actually really good article. But he's one of the guys, when things are slow, he'll just like do some boring ass shit and present it like it's bigger than so he's the one who published this article.
But how is it boring, Bill? When it comes to the fact people are really looking for GTA 6. That's their most anticipated game coming out in 2026. And the fact that that's pretty big news coming out because a lot of people are really looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 6.
Well, GTA 6 may not be ready because some of the quests may not be done, and the testing hasn't been done yet. It's like, well, yeah, let's think about it. We haven't seen any gameplay yet. We haven't actually seen any real information whatsoever. We're not getting any information from Rockstar. This is called common sense. If it was ready to be presented, the game was done, we know about it already. So all you do is...
We do have evidence, Bill. That it's probably coming out this year. Yeah, it's probably
These are related to figure out information if someone has a lot of brain. It's not a new story. It literally doesn't even create it's not new. The game's in development, so it's not done yet. No shit, it's in development. That's the fucking point. It's what it means to be in development. It's not complete yet. So it's not an article. It's not news. That's why recently I haven't been actually looking games installed, but there's none. Like, this is what game news has become. Oh, there's nothing to talk about today. Just fucking publish anything and act like it's news. There's no news. You didn't say anything. You wrote a giant thing that had no actual information in it. And you presented it like it was something.
I mean, what he does isn't really news.
Every fucking streamer, every person on apps, every person in gaming journalism, all have reported on it like it's news. It's not fucking news. There's nothing to talk about. Are we getting ready? Are we ready to get started now? I think we have a good event. Build up to begin now. This is what the game's countdown. Alright, so again, to reiterate, during this countdown, it will be interactive. Like, this countdown, there will be games and stuff, okay? 20% of the and response to the there's contributions that come in that will help them out. Okay, so definitely, treat it like that. It's not like this is an on-demand video that I'm playing on the channel or anything. But this should be fun. Hello everyone, it is that time of year again. I'm Darkside Bill. Welcome to my year-end series covering the events of 2025. So the new year is already upon, but I'm still stuck down here in the pits of disappointment. Because ladies and gentlemen, 2025 was a year when, at least for me, it was just right. When you look at the landscape of games,
not really. There were a lot of really good games that came out last year.
What I mean by that is, you used to have this pride in your company that would put out amazing top-tier games and you knew that you could trust them. Whether it was a ginormous company that has humongous history like Nintendo, or a huge game publisher that has variety of stuff like Ubisoft or BioWare or Bethesda. You used to have your big heavy hitters, and you knew that every year you could trust them to put out quality games. It seems that in the modern day, that's just not the case anymore. And most of the great games of last year were pretty much from small time, AA, or either indie developers.
Well, yeah, a lot of indie developers and AA studios actually make a lot of really good games. Actually, those are better now than AAA titles because all they care about is money and graphics. They don't really care about making a good game or a good story.
What we're about to do is walk through
That's what he doesn't understand.
16 games I played in 2025 that I found disappointing for one reason or another. I want you to understand that this is not a listing of the worst games of 2025. Although a lot of these games you will see are pretty bad, that's really not the goal of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to basically show you reasons why certain games were disappointing. Maybe it was a game that actually was decent, but just didn't live up to the expectations.
Why is his room smoking?
Maybe it was a game
There's something seriously on fire in his house. I need to check.
really disappointed me. However, the game stuck. So
What's all the smoke coming from? Is that effects? Is that his effects coming from his screen?
Except from all these games were disappointing, and I don't want to
Those effects coming
from
from the stream, or is that a fire?
that actually
He got smoke.
pissed me off. And that one I will leave for last. Okay? Mind's Eye. And for those who don't remember, by the way, pay no attention to the man standing behind me. For those who don't remember, Mind's Eye
was not a bad
that
game.
was actually heavily hyped, and it may be the new game to take over for Grand Theft Auto.
No, nobody said that this game was ever going to take over GTA. It had similarities to Grand Theft Auto in some ways, and it had a lot of things that were similar to GTA titles, maybe even 5, but it was nowhere close to GTA. It was supposed to be a game set in the far future, whereas about AI and technology and robots and stuff, and it's kind of had like that cyberpunk vibe to it, but it never really kind of, it wasn't going to be the next GTA. That's just not the case. This game was very different from Grand Theft Auto to be like that it would not be GTA. It wasn't a bad game, but it had a lot of issues. It could have been better, but I wouldn't say it was terrible. I thought it was pretty good, personally. I mean, I thought it was not bad.
It's going to be an open-world adventure between technology and mystery and all kinds of fun gameplay elements. And then the game actually came out.
I remember getting it back in June, I think.
And when it did,
And I actually didn't.
is that Mind's Eye
I actually didn't mind playing it for the first 5 days I had it. It did get a little boring after a while.
They have NPCs doing some kind of weird slide across the floor like an Iceman from X-Men. Cars disappearing. Things exploding, launching into the air.
Yeah, it had a lot of bugs.
Obviously, completely and utterly unfinished. It made no sense that they didn't release it. And by the way, this is a full retail release game. This one was sold for like $60, $70 was a pack. This is not a game that was sold for a discounted rate. Take a look at the physics here. He's clobbering a giant truck and the thing flies like it's made of paper mache. And then it disappears from the game world entirely. And this game was rife with these problems. But not only was that one bad for those reasons, the game itself was just a pathetic mess. Like, there's nothing really interesting about it. The writing itself was bad, the plot was very generic and not interesting. And, probably to make matters even worse, the game that was supposed to have...
It had a cyberpunk futuristic vibe, too.
Basically, this game didn't have anything going on at all. Like, what's one of the things that you would say about Grand Theft Auto is very interesting? The world, it's vibrant, it's alive, it feels like there's stuff going on at any moment. That makes you, look at that. That makes you interested, right? There's all side quests, there's gang activity that can happen. In this game, as you drive around, there's literally nothing happening at all at any time. Like the world is
Something must have been wrong with his computer because I didn't have that many bugs in the game.
It's just a very empty, broken, unfinished game with a world that's not engaging at all. And the fact that they tried to charge the price for it, most people saw right through it. Now, I bought it just for curiosity.
It's a AAA game.
And, man, we only got like maybe 4 or 5 hours in, and it was just like, like, there's no point in even playing it. There's actually an entire stealth mission based on sneaking into like a prison, getting an item, and getting out. It was one of the most boring things I'd ever done playing. I gave up. So, mind's eye, a very, very good example of a game that really didn't live up to that ball to any of the hyper expectations that it played out for it. If anything, what this proves is that just because someone worked on a game actually worked at its game studio that was competent does not mean in any way, shape, or form that the game is going to be good. Yeah, they have the idea of what an open world sandbox game should be, but it doesn't mean that the one that they make is going to be a good one. And you waste the money and your fault. So then we're in line with the problem. The problem is that there's a story.
Didn't play it, don't really know much about it.
The story of WoW. You'll find out that basically
There was a PlayStation Plus trial for about for PS5, but I didn't play it.
It's boring, uninteresting, confusing, and just not special things that I've ever seen in an open world RPG.
Well, it's
Every time that there's dialogue, every time that there's a development in the story, so what is going on? There's a real voice talking to you and make a choice, and the choice even matters, doesn't really matter. And then you got to do a lot of menial tasks.
that's what a lot of RPGs are.
And so, the sad part about this game is that it's not a bad game. Like I said, not every game that I'm playing is knocked out as a terrible game. The world design itself is actually quite good. There's some good things about WoW I'm playing that I really enjoy. But the story itself is so dang boring that you don't really want to go back to it when you're forced to do it. And that's the thing about any open world RPG, right? You gotta do the story at some point. You can't just ignore it, put off the story endlessly. You gotta get back to it. And every time you do, you're like, oh my god.
Because the story is a big part of most RPGs. When you play an RPG, there's a lot of dialogue, characters, and different interactions throughout the game. That's what happens with an open world RPG.
It's just a game that doesn't.
He doesn't understand RPGs.
It's boring language. You have to get into any kind of dialogue story. It's completely uninspired. I wish maybe it was kind of, Elder Scrolls Effect. This actually was supposed to be an Elder Scrolls game, but they were outright told by their parents, Bethesda, no, this can't actually have Elder Scrolls stuff in it. We're not going to give you, the IP, so they can turn it into its own thing, and that's basically why it sucks.
I think Avowed was made by Obsidian, not Bethesda Films.
This game is a huge bait and switch. While it sounds on the surface like it's really good, in reality, it's all just fake. It's just girls who kind of fake scenes. And there's entire scenes based around these girls basically doing things. You're like, they're teenage girls. Why would they be acting like
Yeah, he said that about Kingdom Come Delivered.
It's written again. It sounds like who wrote the game are trying to either relive a youth that they never lived, meaning they
Fantasy clad women.
Was, but it really wasn't. Or they just read a whole bunch of like teen books, novels, and they try to regurgitate it into like game form. What I'm trying to say is
Teenagers don't do risky things. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that's not a possibility.
And then there are audiences like heroes in the story, but they're not. They're actually doing horrible things. Like I would want my teenage daughter watching this game and be like, "Oh, I want to."
Yeah, he probably
no,
couldn't.
You wouldn't. It's actually very bad.
He probably
it's really bad stuff. But that's how
deal with a kid.
Okay. The big matter is even worse. At the very end, and I don't want to spoil anything besides that.
They did a lot of things. They did a lot of things with the characters in other RPGs.
There is the most lame.
I think.
Just awful writing. All I'm gonna say.
I think Life is Strange had a lot of that.
And they throw it at you in the last minute, and you're like, what? Like, why is this part of the game? This is awful that they thought that this would be a spinner to it. It's just not well written at all. It's actually quite embarrassing. It feels like I said, the writers of the game were probably told, wish that this was the view, and it wasn't, and they were going to relive their angsty adventures. It's just bad. And this is a game that was so bad. I never played episode 2. Like, I barely stomached episode 1. I could barely get through it. And then when episode 2 released, I was like, I'm not playing. I can't stand it. It's so poorly made and so poorly written. I can't stomach it. Well, they're 10 hours of this garbage slop that really shouldn't exist. You know, that's probably
Yeah, it's just a fantasy. Yeah, exactly.
There are some games that are made for entertainment. There's some games that are made to tell an interesting story. This is a game that was bigger, and it's just so badly made that I think that it should exist. Like, probably games would be better if it was made. But of course, you're gonna be like, oh, well, don't you know this is a game for teen girls? No, it's not. Like I said, the girls in this game are not going to the ball. They have to make horrible decisions. They take risks they shouldn't take. I would want to, play this game and think this is how people should act. So, yeah, the game sucks. I couldn't even play the second half because I couldn't stomach it. And if you even give it a look, I'm just going to warn you, you're going to feel like you wasted a whole lot of your time. Alright. It's Assassin's
Yes, that's the guy who actually.
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
That's the dude who actually ended up together with a teenage girl that was underage.
It stars a female ninja.
That was grooming an underage girl with Leanna.
And it stars a African samurai. That's correct.
He's technically considered a groomer. Because he dated a girl that was underage.
Why do protagonists that aren't even stereotypical people in Japan, like they're the outliers and the exceptions to the rule?
I liked Assassin's Creed Shadows. It was one of my favorite games of 2025. I actually really enjoyed Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'd say I probably liked Where Winds Meet better than Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed Shadows wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad of a game. He's just not good at stealth-based games. He's terrible at stealth-based games. He alerts all the enemies.
Now the game is literally infiltrate a base.
I mean, the game was woke. I do agree with that. Yeah. It had a woke vibe to it.
You come in and loot and get out. How is that Assassin's Creed? Like, it's not at all. In any way, is that anything to do with Assassin's Creed? But what they did is they almost doubled and pulled down the formula of games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Assassin's Creed Valhalla and said, open world's the way to go now. Just making an endless grind of going through these areas and killing as many as you can and taking over as much as you can. It doesn't make any sense. You're not meant to be a one-man army if you're an assassin. That's not even what the word assassin means. So what were they going for?
Yeah, it kind of does, Phil.
Nothing to do with anything that people wanted with Assassin.
An assassin is a one-man army. It's a trained person who is paid to take out targets. That's an assassin. An assassin is a trained person, trained individual that is meant to go and take out certain things. Have you ever played Hitman? If you played Hitman and you played with Agent 47, you know that he is a one-man dude. The object of the game is to take out certain targets with Agent 47 and Hitman. You do the same thing with the new upcoming 007 game. I think that game got played, but you do the same thing with the upcoming 007 game. 007 First Light. That game with that young 007, that young James Bond, that young 007 actor dude who plays the character in 007 First Light. Which I'm really looking forward to playing that game.
After about 10 hours, but if the game forces you to get these resources to continue, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, you have to grind. It's an RPG. That's what you do, Bill. That's what a lot of Assassin's Creed titles did. They made you have to grind for resources. He doesn't know what an RPG is. This game was not bad. It was not a bad game. The story, the plot of the character and the story, yeah, it had a lot of wokeism to it. But the gameplay and the overall feel of the world was not bad. I kind of liked it. I didn't think it was that bad.
That's literally what they did with this game 10 years later. It's a game where if you just didn't have to do the grinding, you'd probably have fun. But instead, you were so forced to do this repetitive combat and takeover. It's just not anything interesting at all. You have better things to do with my time than repetitious nonsense.
Bill, that's what a lot of Assassin's Creed games do.
For those who don't know, it actually was a flop for Ubisoft. The game did not sell nearly as well as they intended to be about money and time they put into development. And then the CEO went through a PR campaign basically saying, well, it's because of people who were playing on the internet about the protagonist rather than caring about the game and its elements. It's a game for gamers, and the gamers didn't care because of all the stuff online. No, the gamers didn't care because your game sucks. You've lost your way as a game developer. You're no longer making games for gamers. That's why gamers don't like it. It has nothing to do
The game didn't suck. It had a lot of elements in it that people didn't like about it. The game's not boring. The game was actually pretty good. They probably used still streaks to design this game.
But the further I got into Enzo and the 2 or 3 weeks that I did it, the cracks started to show. For example, the job. And then I got an attack scene to go to the job. And this is what happened. Literally, the attack scene.
I don't know. I didn't play this game. I don't know about Enzo, but I did want to try it.
In the game, half the jobs weren't done. It sold the game, but half the jobs had to be put into it yet. So who chose an occupation that didn't exist in the game?
That's because they rush a lot of titles and it takes time to develop certain things.
Then you would leave the car and earn money for sitting in the car all day. Now, it is my understanding that you were supposed to actually have the job in there, you were taxed at the job, but they didn't have that in the game yet. Okay? So similarly to this, as I continue to play,
Enjoys like Sim.
For example, I found out with a theme park, not the ride zone. Wait, what? There's jobs are in the game, not the ride zone. What else is unfinished? You find out actually the game is mostly unfinished, but yet they're selling it for what? Why would you do that? It was very confusing because it didn't feel like the game was anywhere near ready to be sold. If you're getting such an early experience with the game, you can't even do half the stuff in the game. Well, it doesn't seem to make much sense, does it? So for me, I was very, very disappointed with the game. But ultimately, the thing that really got me was what happened at the end of my playthrough, which I'd like to show you. Right here. Out of nowhere, here's what happened. Bill Burnell has passed away. And as I was playing,
Yeah, that's because you didn't take care of your character, Bill.
the game is completely broken.
If you knew how to play the game properly, your character would have not died. If you know about the Sims games, it's a lot like the Sims.
They just died out of nowhere. And I tried reloading and replaying.
That's because you did.
always die no matter what at a certain point with no explanation. So there was
That's because he never gave his character any sleep. He didn't get any sleep. The whole time his sleep energy was low, and eventually he passed away because he didn't get any sleep. He didn't take care of his character. And in those types of games, you have to take care of your character, and you have to, and you have to fulfill their needs and stuff like The Sims. That's exactly how those games work. You have to keep your character happy and healthy and everything, or else, either they'll die or death will come in and take away your character, like in The Sims. Death will show up.
there's actually no way to make my character progress past 2 days. It would be instant death for no reason.
Was it instant death for no
The
reason?
game was literally
You didn't know what you were doing when it came to the game.
So at this point, I was like, I'm not gonna play it anymore. Like, it was an interesting idea, it was an interesting thing to try, but man, this thing just doesn't feel like it's finished. It's obviously busted with a problem. So I never played it again. I was wondering, if anyone ever asked me. No one literally ever asked me to go back to the game. And apparently the game ended up being universally banned because things were never finished, things were broken, and the game developers just essentially botched the whole thing. Which is sad. Like I said, it looked pretty good. The graphics were good. The premise is interesting. But the execution was just incredibly poor. Because there was being one that actually playable. Why would you even take money for it? No one basically tested it. They just started selling it. And then it was a big broken neck. But here's what happened when I played South America. I started playing the game. Then I started to give my honest opinions on that. And the audience, during the entire time that I started playing this game, were screaming at me, "This game is woke.
It's woke.
This game is terrible.
It is
it's
woke.
so leftist. It's so
Yeah,
liberal.
it's liberal.
woke. It's
It
woke."
is.
And I would turn
It's
to the
a
audience
political
and
statement, Phil.
say,
Yes,
"How
it
is
is.
woke?
That's woke.
Really, can you explain to me how it is woke?" Because I was playing it, and nothing that was going on in the plot was woke at all. If you ever think that any game that has an African American percent has an protagonist is woke, you're racist. I'm sorry, you just are. Just solely based on the color of someone's skin doesn't mean that a game is woke. Yeah,
How are you racist if you think that the game is woke? It's not. It's common sense to realize that a lot of stuff with games and modern media nowadays put all this black crap in there and all this shit. All this stupid shit nowadays. With all this agenda pushing. I'm not a racist person. I've had black friends. I've known people that were black. I don't have anything against black people, but I know it's a statement to push an agenda, Phil.
the idea of woke, for those who don't,
How are you racist if you're just pointing out something that's common sense?
is originally that people are supposed to be awoken, taken out of their trance, realizing that there's prejudice in the world, being aware of your surroundings, and then basically taking appropriate action because of that. So people that work in the woke mentality are supposed to say, okay, I understand that there's certain groups of people that are minorities and they don't get the opportunity that will help, so we should give them better opportunities, assistance, and things like that. That's kind of the essence of the woke movement. But what you
No, it's not, Phil. the essence of the woke movement is realizing that they're pushing an agenda, and it's agenda pushing. It's people understanding the idea of it's a political statement.
Anything that's woke has to do at all.
It does, Phil. That's exactly what it's been since 2020, since COVID. They have been pushing this agenda for years now. That's the whole point of woke, you fool.
That's not true.
That is true. You don't know nothing about nothing.
Sorry, it's just not. Okay? So here I am, I'm playing this game, and I'm enjoying the game. I'm enjoying the soundtrack. So I'm doing these things, right? And every time that I go to the gym, the game's will be like, why are you playing it? And I'm just looking up. Like, I'm just trying to enjoy the game myself there. Now, very much, maybe the game did actually have both elements in it, but I certainly didn't even get to them. Alright, I was in the tutorial for the first 2 hours of the game, and I couldn't get anyone to engage with this game or even give it a fair shake. People were just so turned off that the main character apparently is woke that they couldn't.
Because that's the point.
Enjoy it.
They just made the game for the sake of pushing an agenda.
The original stream playing it, I said, listen, this is a game that I was enjoying. I like the platform elements, I like the exploration, I like the puzzle, I like the combat, I like the music. This is something that I would personally maybe go play, but
I don't even have to play the game to realize that it's woke.
I just can't stream it. Or like, I'm just streaming the game.
I don't have to play a game or have to watch a movie to realize they're pushing an agenda or it's woke or it's very woke.
So, the truth is,
I can look at the SpongeBob movie and be like, this shit is interesting. I never went to go see the SpongeBob movie, but when I watched it, it was just all this crap in it and just, modern and, they were pushing an agenda on the audience and people. It's just the whole point of it. But I could just tell by the movie that it was just like they were trying to indoctrinate the youth, bro. They've been doing that since COVID.
alright. I don't know if the game did well or not from understanding the game actually. It was a game pack game. Okay? So it did get some attention for being kind of beyond game packs or whatever. And some people did play, right? But it didn't really get right or something, right? Whatever. What's funny is it won the award, the game award, or game change or game's purpose. What was it? It was basically some kind of a game included award. And I was like, why did it win that award?
It won that award because it's an agenda.
And I was confused. And people were like, well, they won the award. Now this is African American.
Yes, Phil.
So again, for the equal reasons that I understand why people hated on the game, maybe the fact that it was African American. I don't understand why the game also won an award.
It's a much bigger. It's a much bigger thing than just people hate minorities, they hate blacks, they hate African Americans. No, it has nothing to do with race. When it comes to, there's nothing to do with the fact that people don't like other races. It has to do with the fact that it's all about pushing a certain perspective on people.
It's African American. You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes both ways. You shouldn't hate on the game because of that, but you also shouldn't be awarding the game solely on that. Was the game good? At this point, I don't even know. I'm so confused. I don't even know. My mind is out, and I'm like, I don't know. I honestly wish I did play it more. But I'm just being things for on. I think the audience would show up for playing, and the audience obviously didn't like it. So I was like, well, I guess this is one. I'll take the L, and I guess I'm just not going to play it. But hey, I would say again, if you like it, yes, you're up. And a lot of the places that come on, that make like things like that. I don't know from it and never go back to it. Personally, I liked it a lot. We're looking at this point for a new relaxing game, information, and I thought, I've dressed up for it. I probably should have again for the first time in years.
I did like that fishing game. That fishing game was fun, and I did want to play it.
Just didn't work. People were saying they were more than they could change, said this is Super Bowl. We're not doing this. We just want you to do something else. So after one game, one street, that's it. But this game, I just want to look at it. It's very cheap. Only $2. I feel like if you for relaxation, stop being a stick. There may be to make this work with their money. Sadly, I wasn't one. I played machine yes, that's why I thought maybe it would work. But it was probably quite boring. This is just a short to me one. It's a fun game. I was disappointed. It's one that I was liking. It didn't work for the audience. So I didn't move on. But there's a problem. Alright, the problem is very simple. That's the whole game. Everything that I use to destroy things in order to find hidden items and doing a transformation is the entirety of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Are there some boss fights? Yes, they're an afterthought, and a lot of them are kind of buggy and wonky because the Switch 2 they don't graphics very well.
Buggy and wonky. Switch 2 cannot handle the graphics. Switch 2 cannot handle the graphics? How?
It's almost exactly the same.
The system was really well made when it came out.
Challenge stages, challenge platforming and stuff like that. The thing is, those challenges are not even representative of the core game. You can skip them all and still turbo through the game, and there's no problem. In fact, I would go as far to say that Donkey Kong Bonanza is insanely easy. It is one of the easier games you'll probably ever play in the modern day.
Oh, it's a Nintendo game. A lot of their games are built for kids.
The first hour was incredibly good. Then when you realize the second or third of the world is all the same.
Not all of them are built for kids, no, but a lot of their titles are meant for a younger audience.
But you're still just breaking it all just to find items. And if they never innovate on top of that, what is the interesting game? The answer is there isn't. They might say, wait, you just do animal transfer. They're off. The problem is they're almost never used. Once you get the secret transformation, you'll use it to go on one or two platforms. And you'll probably use it in a boss fight, and then you'll never use it again until you find the game. I'm serious. There was one at the end of the game, you get the snake transformation. You never use it for anything besides the
Banana song.
Like, why is it even in the game then? Why did they bother putting it in there? It's just not fleshed out. But my problem with the game is, why on earth, okay, is at the end of the game, why not make the interesting part of the game, instead of having an interesting first 2 hours?
Yeah, but they added a DLC to this game, because I remember watching it in Nintendo Direct. They added a DLC to Donkey Kong Bonanza. I remember seeing it in Nintendo Direct.
They didn't understand. They wanted to entertain in the middle. They thought, oh, what's the gameplay? They wanted this repetitive gameplay for 30 hours and never play and want to play more of it. And then at the end, they'll give fan service to them. No. What they could have done is cut this 30 hours out and expand the final 2 hours and make 10 or 15 hours. And this would have been one of the best games of the modern era. Instead, I'm not even kidding you, the villains of this game are completely disposed of by the end of the game. I think they never existed, and they never will. They're actually filler. The actual game is filler to itself, if that makes sense. So, here's the truth. This game sold incredibly well. A lot of people put Game of the Year contender. I don't know why they said that, besides the fact that they still play good games.
How do people not play good games if they play Donkey Kong Bonanza, Phil?
Artificial scarcity. What does that mean? This was to it. They never played games which to play. This was a first party game, so everyone ran out and bought it. So it sold in trouble.
Not everyone went out and bought it.
Scarcity, and if there was actually a wide variety of games to play on Switch 2, and people might have waited to buy this and said, oh, is it actually any good? And then actually got the truth about it. No, it's pretty boring.
Yeah, it's a kid's game, definitely. There's no doubt about that.
Instead, they just
a lot of the old Nintendo first-party titles that are made, a lot of the titles like that, they're made for kids. Yeah, they're made for a younger audience. The Donkey Kong games are kind of meant for kids. Mario is meant for kids. A lot of these games are very simplistic and easy because they're meant for a younger audience.
Was I would go to this particular terminal, and this terminal needed to be interactive so that you could open a door. And there was
This is RoboCop. Yeah, I remember this game. I never played it, but I remember RoboCop Rogue City. Yeah.
So on the interactive terminal, every time that I did, my game would literally crack. And I was like, oh,
Yeah, that was funny. I watched that.
if I can't interact with the terminal. In fact, I think this is the first time that this happened here. I don't know, it's weird because this is definitely the part. You can say it's the funky mess on PC, game over. I can't see the pinpoint. Oh, wait, here it is. So this says, here's the gate. The gate's not going to come, right? So you have to enter this particular terminal. And when you do it, overall it. And this is a game again that used a million times the original game before the standalone DLC was sold. The game was broken. And this happened like 2 or 3 times. And there was no way to fix it. So I was like, oh, that's great. Basically, I'm hard locked. And this was a game.
There is a way to fix it. You can go into the patch files. You can go into the game files, I mean, to fix it.
To try to actually play it and no one really cared. It was supposed to be like a thing that was just going to do quickly and have fun for empty time stream. It just sucked. And the worst part of all this, I actually heard on console, this game had no problem. It had the console to play fine. It was only the PC version that actually had this horrible problem and made it unplayable. So,
Yeah, that PC port. Yeah.
To this day, Rogue City unfinished business. You know what? That's the best name you can give the game. Unfinished business, because it was literally not able to be finished because the game crashed. This horrible game. Pretty sad. So when you were asking me on the thumbnail for this video, what was the schoolgirl in a Japanese schoolgirl outfit? It was the main character protagonist of Silent Hill F. But the reason that Silent Hill F was a game that massively disappointed me this year wasn't the initial game design, wasn't the fact that the game was sick.
He didn't know how to
Wasn't the fact that the game had so many departments. No.
solve those
The fact
puzzles.
that the game turned the main character into a werewolf that you straight out of Devil May Cry. You combo.
They used combo abilities straight out of Devil May Cry.
Something that goes so against the core tenets of what Silent Hill is meant to be. So just foregoes anything that would be scary, that would be survival horror. That I had a hard time swallowing to the point where I just couldn't take the game seriously after this happened in the drop. And it gets worse and worse for the record. This is usually the Pro Transformer, but actually it's more abilities and transforms further into a werewolf game. Oh. It's terrible. It's horrible. It's completely off base for what Silent Hill is meant to be. It takes all of the survival horror element out of the game whatsoever. And by the end of the game, all you can do is shake your head like this and say, I can't imagine thinking decide we want to make Silent Hill a different kind of game to make more money. Because Silent Hill is a incredibly popular and prominent survival horror franchise. But when you turn yourself into a superhuman monster that
I didn't play it, so I don't really know much about F. But I like Silent Hill 2 Remake.
in fact, I would argue once you transform, there's literally nothing scary at the end of the game. Or the rest of the game. Like, how can you be scared? The entire first beginning of the game isn't that bad. It's really well being affected by the monsters, trying to figure out what is this beam of red, and plants and things that seem to be over. It is scary. But then once you get to this point, it's like, I just can't take it seriously anymore. In any way, shape, or form. The game is awful. And I just don't understand why people even defend it. There's absolutely no another thing. This is not Silent Hill. This is exactly what happened with Assassin's Creed. Everyone liked Assassin's Creed because it was a game about assassination and stealth. Then they turned it into an open world action button combat game. And everyone said,
A lot of the Assassin's Creeds were like that, though.
Maybe, because people looking for RPG, but that doesn't make it good. It just makes it a money maker. In this case, Silent Hill was supposed to be a game that was slow paced, no resources, enemies can kill you in a moment's notice. It's creepy as hell. You don't know what's around the next corner. It's about survival, inventory management. It's about health being a big problem. In this game, they literally turned it into a button action game. Why?
Not really.
There's also other problems with the game as well. For example, the puzzles are actually quite cryptic. There's one or two puzzles that, unless you're a fan of Japanese lore or stuff that people know, there's one puzzle you actually need to know exactly what a cherry blossom tree or sakura tree looks like. And if you've never seen one before, you can't solve the puzzle. I'm not kidding. Like
You can just look it up on Google, Phil.
To actually solve the puzzle out when you're going for it every time you're looking at Japan to see the cherry blossom tree. But that's just one example. The main gripe I have with the game is that you're turning into a purple and slap the shit out of enemies and it's not scary at all. So it's insane. Fair. Yeah, I think that's one thing. There's two reasons why I was very disappointed with Hades 2 in 2025. Reason number one, Hades 2 had an early release in 2025.
I heard that game was really good. I never played it, but I heard it was good.
Purchased that game early and played the early access. I was having a ton of fun with it, but after streaming it 2 or 3 times, I was told by my audience, "Hey Bill, hold on, stop playing Hades 2, but that game's not done. If you continue to play Hades 2, you're gonna see parts of the game that are finished. You're gonna basically get too far in the game, and if the real game comes out, it's not gonna make sense for you to play it because it's changed or it's different. You're gonna have to start over. You don't want to see it." So I was encouraged by my audience to stop playing Hades 2 in 2024. It was early access.
Really?
Then we were waiting and waiting.
His whole audience told him to stop playing Hades 2. Yeah, he always blames his fans. He always blames his viewers for the fact that the games never turn out the way they're supposed to.
It was announced like what was the week, not even maybe a week before it was coming out. Hey, it's coming out, full release. Wait, what? To make matters worse, it came out in the midst of the busy fall gaming season. Now, if it had come out in the summer and nothing else was going on, maybe then it would have been a big deal. But it came out in the midst of the busiest gaming season of the year. So people are going to want me to be playing the more higher profile games, the brand new games, over the game I've already played in early access to the year before. So honestly, it just didn't get right. So here I am playing it on my screen, trying to look at it. The audience is disengaged. They're not having a good time. They're saying, "We've already seen this. Why are you playing it?" Early access. Well, you already played it. What? That's confusing. I feel like this game actually would have been better if it didn't have that crazy early access window like it did. Now, you might very fairly criticize what I just said and be like, "But don't you know that Hades 1 had a very wide early access window as well, and it ended up being incredibly successful?" Sure. And Hades 1 was a game that was a first entry to the series that no one knew about and wanted to give it a shot and understand what it was. So that early access window made sense because no one knew what Hades 1 was or didn't like it. Testing it early allowed people to get hooked on that gameplay loop and say, "Man, I can't wait for the full release." In the case of Hades 2, we know what the game is. We know what the gameplay loop will be like. Why do we need to test it a year early? We don't. The early access window actually, in my opinion, makes 0 sense for it to exist. Because by the time the game came out, it was so hype behind it anyway. We already knew what it was. People had wanted to play it and already played it. Then they released it during the insane amounts of competition in the game.
Just because there was no hype behind the game doesn't mean people still actually like the game. Even though it wasn't one of the most anticipated games of the year, that doesn't necessarily mean that people didn't like or play it. So, but it was in early access for a reason, so people could try it out to see how it was before the game came out, kind of like a beta or an alpha. They do that with a lot of games. especially on Steam. They do that. They have a lot of games on Steam.
Landscape, so it didn't even get the hype that the first game had gotten. It really didn't. Like, people played it, but it wasn't like, oh, hey, these two games might be here. It wasn't really like that hype at all. Anyway, the people who were big fans of Hades 2 enjoyed it, but I'd be shocked to hear that this game didn't see sales numbers or anything like it. So,
Oh wow, Resident Evil Requiem is #1 on pre-orders on the PS Store. Requiem is the #1. It's the #1 overall. Ranks #1 overall pre-orders for the PlayStation Store for 2022.
Stop playing this with anything else for more. So, and it's sad because at this point, I would love to play it, but I can't get interested. People already told me we're never get back since I stopped playing it. No one asked me to go back. No one. So, yeah, take the weird up with Hades 1 where, you know, yeah, I did jump in and out for a while, but there was all these stuff I didn't want to spend time with it. Not Hades 2. So, I hope the game did well. I'm sure it sold good based on the laurels and the first game, but I really feel like they did it a disservice in the way that they did. So why is it my most disappointing list of 2025? Because it fucking sucks. The game is bad. The game is nowhere near as good as previous Call of Duty.
Oh, Black Ops 7. He's just bad at the game. He can't shoot. He can't aim. He's just not good at being able to aim or shoot in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. But I would agree, this game was not as good as Battlefield, that's for sure. Battlefield 6 was way better than Black Ops 7, especially when it came to the campaign. Campaign didn't make any sense for Black Ops 7. I just never was interested in it.
I mean, I could go on and on about the problem with this game franchise, but Black Ops 7 is now the new example of how Activision / Treyarch / whoever is responsible for Call of Duty just doesn't care anymore. This game did not try to innovate, did not try to advance.
He needs to play Zombies. I would really like to see how he does in Call of Duty Black Ops 7 Zombies. Because I thought Zombies was really good when I played the beta. When I played the beta back when it came out, I thought Zombies was really good. That's the only thing I liked about Black Ops 7.
Is that it has legacy maps, like Raid or Shipwreck. And when you play those maps, you realize, goddamn, this game was much better for those maps. The whole game, it's like when you play the whole Black Ops Raid, that was a much better experience. Now, you can't even set up the snipe, because anytime that you set up the snipe, there's no way to put down the flame or bullets. And you constantly just while behind you. It's almost impossible to get those three words.
Probably hackers.
One person, we would be looking right around you or already behind you. That's just not the spirit of Call of Duty. It never has been. But that's what the game is complicated. It's like twitchy shooter. People who are like, you know, choking fucking caffeine and snorting fucking energy. That's not what it's supposed to be. You can't even really use good strategy to play this game anymore. And that's that. So even though I'm still actively playing, even though I'm actually doing well in it, I can call a spade a spade. This game sucked. This collection was sold completely unfinished. When they released this collection, it had no actual functioning console. What I mean by that is that they did have the ability to play it online against people, and they sold it.
I thought about getting Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I almost got that. I almost got that. And I was considering getting it for the PC. But that was before my Steam card didn't work.
Maybe match them up against someone playing it, but if you couldn't find anyone, the game would then say, well,
I like the Mortal Kombat games, so I considered getting the trilogy.
So let's say, for example, I wanted to play Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which is what I'm playing right here in this video. Search for an online player. Oh, if you couldn't find it, you're playing Mortal Kombat 1 instead. And that's
That or Marvel Capcom Fighting Collection too.
That's how this game functioned. So most people wanted to play it on couldn't find any opponents and ended up playing the wrong game or never played it at all. In addition, the game had no crossplay whatsoever. So think about it. This game
Well, it's an old collection of arcade games, Phil, for Mortal Kombat. I don't think that's gonna have crossplay.
Makes it even harder to find people to play because people are playing on a different platform than what you're playing. So, just the design of the game makes no sense. It's supposed to be a competitive, head-to-head fighter. You need online play. The game didn't have actual good functioning online play or any of the features that you would want in a game that has online play. So why say it had it and sell it like that? They did. They actually operated on payment, said it was going to have. And then when the game released, everyone was playing. And the game developer said, well, it sells enough features. People were like, wait, what? No. Who said those features were going to be in it? You have to get them. So the game developer kind of reluctantly said, all right, we'll do it. And they waited a few weeks, and then the developer waited another few weeks. And it was almost 2 months after the fact, in mid-December, they finally put it on my lobby. By then, everyone moved on. No one cared. So now this game is dead.
Not exactly. There were probably people still playing it after they added online lobbies.
And it's already dead. So unless you want to play people offline, do not buy World of FTC Collection. The game is an insane rip-off because they didn't put the effort in to make it a functioning game at launch, and it died within a month.
It died within a month. I'm sure there are people that still play.
With these collections, they always release them and they're half-featured and they're basically not cross-platform. And it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's very confusing this challenge Street Fighter, and now it's happening because Mortal Kombat. I mean, why did they not put effort in if they actually wanted to preserve their games for posterity? You think they would try to have the basic features that would make people want to play these games after a week? But they, like, the millionth time this hasn't happened, and it drives me absolutely nuts. It's well, playing fighting games in arcades in the 1990s, the fact that we just can't get a collection of any of these games is incredibly disheartening. Like, I guess no one's going to be able to experience these games like I ever did, because the game developers just don't care enough. Well, what's the problem with the Outer Worlds 2? Problem number one is that it's the Outer Worlds 1.
That was another game I was considering getting.
It's really the Outer Worlds 2, meaning it's almost exactly the same game. If you play this game, you're basically playing.
That was another game I was considering picking up, Outer Worlds 2, because I love Outer Worlds.
Again, just with a tweak of plot. It feels exactly the same.
Well, it's a sequel, dum-dum. Of course it's not going to, of course it's going to be, a bunch of improvements made for the first one. That's what happens with sequels. They add on to what was good. They add on to what made the original good, and they improve it. They add in a lot of new stuff into it for the sequel.
Now they're just the evil villain trying to take over.
Do you even understand what a sequel is?
You side with one corporation, you side with the other corporation, you side with no corporation. That whole thing's been proved. Now it's just corporations are bad. That's just the whole plot of the game. So immediately you took out the cool premise of this game, and now it's just very cliche and boring. The gameplay elements are almost identical, and it just ends up being a complete waste of your time. Again, after 2 streams, I was incredibly bored.
A complete waste of your time.
I was like, I don't see a reason to continue. The audience support, the main board, much like with the Bible. If the story isn't looking you, why do you want to play? RPG, the answer is you don't. So, I think the point I'm making here is with Obsidian, this year what they show is that they're very good with making open world exploration. They're very good with
My top game of the year is Sekiro. DSP games. Bro, I hadn't played Sekiro Shadows Die Twice for like a long time. Like, I still like that game.
You're going to be bored if you play the game like Outer Worlds 2 or Inland Empire, whatever Obsidian's going to be next. You're probably going to be bored with it unless all you care about is one for. Get Game Pass and play these games, but I can't recommend them for anyone who's trying to get into the story or the critic experience for the audience. It just doesn't exist. The games are boring and they're easy and it's lost away. You know, compare that to the days of Fallout and Vegas where everyone was making video games. This ain't it anymore. So weird because when you start booting up Metroid Prime 1 and you land on that world, right? Immediately you're greeted with something very Metroid-like. You're in an unknown place, you don't know what's going on, you're there isolated, so you get that feeling of loneliness and you're there by yourself and you're surviving with all the odds against you. You're greeted with like other creatures that are trying to kill you. You move one way, and it looks like a lava cave. You go another way.
That's what a lot of the Outer Worlds games were. That's what the original one was too.
Very Metroid-esque, right? None of that is present in Metroid Prime 4. It's as if the people who got this game developed assets.
This is Metroid Prime 4.
But have never actually played Metroid to know what makes it interesting. So the game doesn't feel like Metroid.
It had a lot of Halo vibes. I will give it that.
The first major boss fight, like fighting a guy in a suit. You're like, oh, this is like an evil Samus or something. The guy literally puts out his arms and starts spinning like a top. Immediately, like you're playing Mega Man. And the only way to stop him is to go into ball mode and drop your little grenades. It's laughably
You're playing Mega
like,
Man?
what the hell? This is the boss? This is actually the major fight. Here it is. This is the first major boss fight of the game. What the fuck is this? This is Metroid. I played Metroid Prime 1, now once I ever see something this stupid in my life. Okay? So after playing for about 4 hours, I literally said to my audience, I'm gonna keep playing. I'm not. And the thing is, I was waiting for this game. It was a Switch 2 exclusive, right? We wanted something fresh and new for Switch 2. Except for Mario Kart World and Mario Kart Bonanza, there really was nothing else going into the post. And I said, hey, let's check it out. It sounds great. I can't wait to see how many years for Metroid Prime to come back. When the game comes out, this is not really bad. Like, what happened here? And the weird part about this, too, is that I thought for sure this game would have a lot of rage, would have a lot of hype. No. When the game came out, we talked about it for about a day. I haven't seen anyone mention it again. I think everyone kind of knew the game is bad, but it doesn't mean want to talk about it. We're also sad on the Metroid. That we don't want to believe that this might be the future of the series, right? But we want to think that maybe there's something better coming, and this is just a bad situation or something. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 190 minutes. We decided to wrap this up. I knew this was going to take a long time to get so many games. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, for me, the most disappointing game of 2025. And no surprise to anyone, I don't think anyone was going to be like, oh, I can't believe that this is the most disappointing game.
Really? Mario Kart World is his most disappointing game? I like this game, but I never played it, and I really wanted to play it. I actually considered getting a Nintendo Switch 2 before my PS5 broke over Christmas, and I had to get another system. I was considering getting a Nintendo Switch 2 to play Mario Kart. I thought the game looked pretty fun.
And I think that the game actually played very well. And I actually had a good time first time.
I played Mario Kart 8 a long time ago on my Nintendo Switch. I actually got Batman Arkham Asylum, or I got Batman Arkham Trilogy, and I got Super Mario Brothers Wonder for Nintendo Switch, for my Nintendo Switch OLED Switch that I have. I was playing Batman Arkham Asylum the other day, and it runs pretty well on the Switch, considering.
I have problems with the controls. Let's fast forward, okay?
For a handheld console,
what actually is the problem?
Arkham Asylum runs pretty well on the Switch for an old game.
One has to do offline play, and one has to do online. Let's start with the offline play, okay? Mario Kart World is the most expensive Mario Kart game ever, being sold
It's $70. Actually, no, the physical copy. The physical copy of Nintendo games were $80, but digital was $70. You actually pay more for physical copies of Nintendo Switch games or Nintendo Switch 2 games, actually, than you do for digital. Nintendo raised the price. Probably has to do with tariffs.
100%. Why? Because it's open world now. Mario Kart World is just that. An open world. And in this open world, you're going to have all this content. You're going to have these challenges to do. You're going to have interactions with characters. There's going to be collectibles and fun things to do. It's a hub that you're going to drive around. You're going to see other players in. So it's totally going to be worth your time. None of that is true. Like everything I just stated is actually.
I like the truck. That's kind of cool. That's like the open world game mode that you get when you finish the game.
There are challenges you just saw. Did you see how long it is?
You have an open world mode
What was that, 20
for
seconds?
Mario Kart World.
And there's challenges like that all over the world. There are also collectibles. Okay? So, why would you want to do these challenges or collectibles? It's stickers. What are stickers? What do you need them for? You don't. They have no purpose whatsoever. They don't do anything. They don't grant you abilities. They don't unlock.
You say games are too long, but now the missions are too short.
Literally, the stickers are just for show to put on the card. They don't do anything.
Well, yeah, it's sort of kind of like skins in Call of Duty. Skins in Call of Duty don't really do anything. They just make your skins and costumes and like characters. They don't really do anything to improve your game experience. It just makes it look cooler, make the game different.
Hey, guess what? It's there. Yeah, that's fine, but it's called quality of product. I understand.
It's the same thing with the show.
You didn't give us a reason to do that.
It's the same thing with MLB The Show. You know, the cards in the game. Some cards in MLB The Show for Diamond Dynasty actually make your make your game experience better, depending on what kind of gear you use, like Road to the Show or different items. Some stuff that you can, some stuff that you get you unlock to make your character look cooler. When you get certain things to customize your character with personality.
There's no reason to ever this up. So, I don't understand what the for, besides being switch out. Basically, they
Probably to appeal to the kids, Phil. It was probably to appeal to the younger audience and the kids because, you know, they like that kind of stuff. They like skins, they like costumes, they like characters, like all that stuff you can add into the game to make the experience better. Probably like all that stuff that you can add into the game that you can find. Probably all the collectibles. There are some people that like to try to find all the collectibles in a game, or you know, unlock all the trophies for a certain game. Try to get all the trophies or achievements for certain parts of the game. Now they're the reason why they continue to play the game is they're trying to be a completionist. They want to finish the game. They want to get the game to 100% completion.
The online play. Well, I'm not even going to show you the online play because there's no point. That's what I'm saying. But in a nutshell, Mario Kart World is designed to be the most Mario Kart game ever made. Because the game isn't based on driving skill, it isn't based on track knowledge, it isn't based on anything that would be based off of like time investment. It's based on using items. The entirety of this
Isn't that a lot of what Mario Kart is, Phil? Don't you use a lot of items in Mario Kart? Like you use a lot of items to like do stuff in Mario Kart games.
There's so many times I played this game and I was driving very well and I was not green and I was punished for it. Because someone would. It sounds like the music doesn't like the game much either. The music really hits Mario Kart World. Holy shit. The music is having like an aneurysm or something. Go to the next track. So, yeah, the online play essentially is not good if you want to play the game well. You get punished for it. If you try well, people just get it on the top of it up and just beat the crap out of it.
That's how Mario Kart works, Phil. You can grab an item that can, like, knock your opponent out of the race. That's how the Mario Kart games work. And this dude calls himself a gamer. He's a gamer. He's been playing video games for like 13 years. He's a professional gamer, but he doesn't actually know how the Mario Kart games work. You go and you unlock certain items to take out your opponent to win the race. You can knock them off the track. You know, you can stop them from being able to complete the race. That's the point. You throw them off track. Because that's how the Mario games work. I mean, that's how the Mario Kart World games work. That's how a lot of arcade racing games work. Hydro Thunder was like that. If you played Hydro Thunder a long time ago, in the arcades, or you like grew up with the old games like that, that's how Hydro Thunder worked. You had certain power-ups you could grab to boost yourself, to get to have an advantage in the race to get first place. Those boosters, depending on what kind of boat you were using, help your chances of getting an advantage in the race. It extended your time in the race, so you would have more time to be able to win. It would extend your time of how long you would go around the track. It wasn't a track, but how long you would be in the race.
This game literally is the worst, but of these games. In fact, I would argue that the Switch 2 is one of the most disappointing console launches I've ever seen in my life. Most of the games on there are cross-platform anyway.
One of the worst console launches. I heard it did really well.
That you must own on that console. To be honest, you play most of the games on Switch 1, and right now, besides open world, playing on Switch 2, almost nothing. Nothing of any note. There's no Mario game, there's no Zelda game, there's nothing coming out. So why did we all buy it? Because we're suckers. You know, we're fanboys. And we think, oh, this is great.
We didn't all buy it. You bought it.
They certainly have it in 2025, and 2026 ain't looking much better. At least from the lineup that I've seen. So Mario Kart World, hands down, one of the most disappointing games I've ever played. And Insane Ripoff, definitely the most disappointing game of 2025. Notably, Freedom Rights took it down for me. I played Mario Kart, and I was waiting for a new one for the longest time. Remember when they did Mario Kart 8? They released it, and then
Am I on drugs? Yeah.
Yeah. You waited so long for new Mario Kart. People asked me, what's the first game you want to see on Switch 2? I said, Mario Kart. Let's get a new Mario Kart. We've waiting so long. And then we got this turn. A game that we never play. Never again. Because there's no point. Absolutely embarrassing for Nintendo, quite frankly. But again, Nintendo endlessly gets away with it for whatever reason. I don't understand why. I just don't get why Nintendo gets infinite chances to mess up and never gets called out for it and never pays for it. People will just run and never buy the next Switch 2 game. If Switch 2 comes out with a new version of the console, we'll run and buy it. They're always Let me know what you think. We're going to announce more series coming up in a week or two there. We'd like to get feedback, okay? So everyone, thank you so much for watching the most disappointing games countdown 2025. More like this coming. See you soon for more awesome gameplay here on ESP Gaming in 2026. Peace out, everyone.
See what this is. Okay, so he's playing Black Ops 7.
See? Is that a black man? It still is.
He got sniped. Only ps5 not getting that skill game.
This game is such ass. I have full fucking health that they can stay up. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is this nonsense? You keep killing me. Garbage game. But I still had a good kill that ratio. I had to do that. Alright.
Basic concentration for a dollar.
Positive kill death ratios, and overall I did have a good time tonight, although the game lags to shit every like third match. It's still pretty fun. Let's see. I got a lot of elimination for this already, with probably one more night doing that. And I might be able to get this
He is focused on his
I'm
money.
also trying to get 5 point grenade kills to unlock the night for the ballistic night. I need 2 more. So if I play again on Thursday night, I'll probably keep going through those and see if we can get them. Get some more unlocked. Alright. If you're trying to get a job, don't have to support
If I tried to get a cop at a helicopter support company.
Try this one. We're not gonna beat him, he's gonna get away. Beat him, we're gonna get staggered, he sucks. Kill him now, which we're not going to, so.
What is he doing?
Here. Get him his skill strike, no. We try to break grenade slash. We're open up now, can we kill him? You know?
What if I could test to get him down?
60% chance to get the match that I want, but instead, 80 to 90% of the time I get the one I don't. That's how bad the match is. Oh, Jesus, can we change operator? Remind me, Jade, on Thursday, remind me that's the first thing we'll do. On Thursdays, we'll change the operator. We'll pick the games together. I'm getting that. Oh, good overload. What I mean? I should have a 2% chance, but the 5 times I just tried matchmaking either.
The bullet.
What the fuck? You didn't die? What the dude? Why is someone dying now?
He has terrible
Everyone's
pain.
taking damage from my bullets. I love it. You gotta love this garbage, right? You didn't die. Good chick, I can't kill anything, man. For real, he didn't die. My eye is burning bad already, and I just started. This is not good. Why is my eye burning so bad? I tried to hold up, I missed the ball, and I got so good right there, but I did the right. My eye is burning so bad, I don't really understand. Can't be the corner like a bitch. Not really big. Wow, they're done. Unreal. We saw that, right? They started teleporting left and right. I couldn't maintain a shot because they were going like this. Stupid fucking game. Why would I care about trying to overlay on my monitor itself? Why do I give a shit? He's talking. Over. I don't fucking play over them. No. But you give it to us every match. What is this?
So it's something that idiotic you remember the fuck front so I lost my shot right there.
So that I can interrupted my aims, the Nora. What the dude? Why is someone dying now? Now I get everyone, no one's taking damage from my bullets. I love it. You gotta love this garbage fucking game. No one wants to die. Okay, I should have been a double kill. 1,000,000%, I should have been a double kill. Game being stupid. Jumpy. Look at that. You saw that? I didn't even do that. The game was actually legit being jumpy this game. What's going on? What the fuck is going on? What happened? Again, I couldn't shoot the guy who was point blank in my face. It wouldn't let me hit him. Even though I was firing directly into his body. Nothing else. The game is fucking terrible. Awful. Did you see that? What kind of movement was that? He was moving to the side and he stuttered back and did this like you can't even do that. So I mean the connections are so bad you can't even tell which way they're going to try to aim and lead your shot. You can't even do that. You can't even do that. It's fucking impossible. Look at that. Look at that movement. I can't aim for someone moving like that. That's not realistic movement and you know they're not doing that. That's the fucking connections, man. What the hell happened there? Did you see that? He literally just appeared in my line of sight as I was in the point blank, and then I died. There was no way to aim or fire at all. They gave him the kill. This is stupid shit. What? Sure, I had to shoot that guy right in the face. Right, whatever you fucking say. This is trash gameplay. It's complete trash gameplay. It's frustrating when the game lags and fucking nonsensical stuff happening. Walking forward and the character's going like this. And that's not moving. Like, literally, you can't move like that in the game. How does the character move like this in front of me, and how am I supposed to aim for that? Well, I'm done. They literally made it so you see it's not actually what happens in the game. The character model will wiggle like this, like you can't move like that in the game. That's the game being shit. You'll be walking, all of a sudden the guy will appear, point blank in your face, it's about instant killing. This gun can't even be aimed at you. You're screaming at oh, like, it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. The game is just made poorly. I literally just spawned, and the entire tree was full of enemies. Right in front of me, too. Sucks, we're losing miserably, my team is awful. So we're getting destroyed by kill streaks, and nothing I can do about it. Look what I do right now, I'm pinned down completely by kill streaks. I can't even move. See? I couldn't even move. I couldn't step out because there were bombs everywhere. So let's go, what do you guys think? You look at my massive increase in performance. Seriously, massive increase in performance now with all the better equipment and everything, right? I'm actually doing pretty good. So if you want more Call of Duty, be sure to engage, support the content tonight. Show me that you want more. I would like to do another stream of it this week. We have to do tonight. And tonight's a slow night. We're all ready to stroll and then I'm not going to do it again. Then we'll just do other stuff. Okay, well, it is what it is. We're going to play Hardpoint, I guess. I didn't want to play Hardpoint, but they're giving me Hardpoint. What? Did you see that guy at all? He was not fucking visible. It's complete nonsense. These guys are fucking not visible till they're already dead. This is the game. What happened there? You saw that, right? All of a sudden he's in the wall. You can't move like that. You literally can't move and then it goes directly straight into the wall. You have to have momentum and stop the momentum and then move. How did he move like that? Because the connection's bad. So you don't actually see what he's actually doing. He already is firing before I'm visible. He's firing through the corner into my body. So again, it's lagging. How the fuck does he know that I'm there to match position into me from that distance? So full of shit. Again, I couldn't fire. He stepped out and I aimed to fire. Nothing happens and I'm instantly dead. Just instantly, I full health, I'm instantly dead. So, well, here we go. I had 3 good matches. So the game puts me into a laggy ass fucking match where it's impossible to hit anyone. I'm supposed to just accept it, right? No, fuck Treyarch, you fucking lazy bitch, fuck game developers. You're awful. You're awful, fucking awful game developers. Oh, we had 3 good matches. What are you both now? So he loses a match. You have a match to constantly having fun. He didn't die. He wasn't dead. He literally wasn't dead. Oh my god. What the hell? Tell me. You've done spun. You walked right into it. What? You saw that already? I hit him. It jumped the head and then I was dead. So I fired. He stopped firing my weapon for no reason. I'm dead. Garbage fucking game. He killed me even though I was invisible. Right. Complete garbage. Why the fuck did they spawn me over here when I didn't hear the action at all in any way? All face shots, no headshot detected at all, and then he fucking instant killed me. Dude, what? Again, I instantly killed before I chance to even react. The game is a fucking mess. What a piece of fucking dog shit game. I went to fire my gun and that happened. I don't even know what that was. That's what the game did as a reaction when I fired my weapon. I fired right into him, nothing. Yeah, it's so bad. It's such a laggy piece of shit. How am I supposed to have fun when the game lags like crazy? Dude, Those are headshots. There's nothing else I could possibly fucking hit them with. If all that was exposed was his head, how did it not give me a headshot credit? Hit. Re-aim, hit again. Instantly dead. So the connection is garbage. I'm never going to kill anyone. I'm literally not going to kill anyone because the connection is someplace awful right now. This is a waste of my time. 3 great matches, great connections, and then they give me a match that's fucking playable. We actually won, but I had a bad kill death ratio. The game sucks. Why do I get to play 3 great matches with great connections in a row, and then 1 complete off game where everything lags to shit?
Over half an hour.
And he says, I like it if you play Street Fighter 6, please don't become extremely hateful and toxic. It's a bad look when you're screaming at your screen name calling, turning red and sweating. That's how you play fighting games. That's the name of the game, did you know? Don't you understand? That's like 50% of the appeal of playing fighting games, getting salty and swearing and screaming. Please support the stream tonight. Let's get support from Call of Duty. The other night, to be honest, and, I wanted to go well on the day stream and didn't do so well. I'm surprised I didn't try the night stream. I wanted clarification, but I need people to actually show up constantly, the evenings for the stream. Please do so. Let's go.
Don't some of the misunderstand it. We'll like it when I read. Easy to misunderstand it.
What? I fired on him first. I filled him with bullets from point blank. I died first. Right. How did you saw that? Dude, he literally slid left, slid back. That's right, you can't fucking move like that in this game. He's literally moving on the screen. You can't aim for that. That's not fucking normal movement. What is this garbage? You're kidding, he didn't die. He didn't die. Wow, he didn't die. This guy's not dead. This guy's not dead. Dude, this is insane. Why play? Why play when I filled him with bullets before they ever draw their weapon on me, but I die every time? Why play the fucking game? Anybody else? It's just cleaned up Big Chat. Hey, anyone else? I told you no dollars for that shit tonight. Get a raise. No, those are all stock accounts in the same idiot anyway. Are you kidding? No one died. The first guy didn't die, the second guy didn't die. I guess I'm shooting barrel bullets. Guys, come on, no support for the Call of Duty. I'm doing good. Using the new drones and shit kicking ass? Nothing. Fucking crickets, huh? Wow, we just spawned 3 guys in front of me after the spawn. That's great gameplay right there. Wow, that was fair. Was it fair, huh? Dude, what in the holy fuck? I could not take my shot home. Really? I can't ever win a straight up mark like every one. I literally spawned and there's a guy behind me executing me. This is insane. What a stupid game. What? Yo, I'm dealing with every single enemy in front of me and they're always spying more. So I can never get a clean kill. Negative boost for 2 bucks.
You do what I'm supposed to do.
Oh, I have bullets? For real? How many bullets is this guy done? What? What the fuck are you talking about? How did I die instantly? What is this nonsense? What? He literally wasn't even aiming for me. He was aiming for the ground and instant kill. This is the lockdown bullshit. Literally no one ever aims. They just fucking spray and land auto because they're all console fucking users, little pussy vision. They all suck shit, really. They're all terrible play. I can't see anything. What is going on? What is happening? Are you ever going to die? This is absolutely ridiculous. They won't die. How many times do I have to shoot someone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. They slide. I turn around, shake your head. Still not dead. fucking dangerous at this point. I just fucking spawned. Who's shooting me? I just spawned, you stupid piece of shit game. I'll find out already. I'm trying to block this. Yes. Seriously, point blank, fill with bullets. Dang, 9-9. It makes no sense. Once again, we're down a player. It's so bad. We're down a player. We're the player. Oh, what? At least I broke even. Matt TV, why do you want to play with me? Honest question. Why do you want to play with me? You can see that I'm actually not very good, right? Like, I know I'm not good at this game. Now, wait a minute. I have fun playing it, but I'm just not good at it. Nor do I really have aspirations to get really good at it. So I don't know why you would want to play with me. From what I understand, you're actually quite good at the game. So why do you want to play with a bum? I missed. I suck so bad. I missed the jump. You sure you want to play with Matt TV? I can't even hit the wall. Why is someone dying? Now I get everyone, no one's taking damage from my bullets. I love it. You gotta look at some garbage right in the game. Spill. Dogable. And die. might show up in a shirt and might show up talking to a bunch of gay dudes in the cake shop.
Hello, I'm Colin Keaton, military veteran, historian, author, and welcome to this episode of our message.
Thanks for the money.
COVID-19 restrictions imposed upon businesses, churches, schools, and even private residences by various governors, it was decided that ballot drop boxes and mail-in ballots were the way to go. These methods were fraught with digital voting fraud, and these methods were part of voter identification, even signature verification. In fact, radical progressive liberals do not want to vote calling requiring IDs racist. But common sense proves that anyone who does not want to vote ID and information was wrong, just as they support Biden in the country, hoping to eventually get also, respect the law in multiple living areas. That's what we saw. Trump began to sow doubts about the election, claiming that the election would be rigged in favor of Democrats and that the expected widespread use of mail ballots would produce a massive election fraud. Quite accurate as research has recently proved. Therefore, in July, Trump manipulated the election. House of Representatives voted for $25 million U.S. government service, but the expected increase in voting. Drop boxes were a major point of contention. The liberal explanation was not persuasive. Newsweek stated, many entities that debunked the notion of widespread fraud, including the investigations last year, have found only 475 petitions. Also, the New York Times project election officials in 7 states last year, there was no evidence of fraud degradation. USA Today investigation concluded accusations of wrongdoing were unfounded or overblown. The Brennan Center for Justice noted the nation's top intelligence and law enforcement agencies election secret, and the list goes on. That laughable statement by Newsweek lies in producer of the National Secret Center, 2,000 reviews. He provides conclusive proof of voter fraud that benefited Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, New York, and Pennsylvania, all being highly contested states with Democratic message guaranteed winning. In Pennsylvania, the Democratic governor General Josh will change that state's electoral executive, allowing mail voting in every single state without going to a required state legislature twice. Many entities have debunked, failed to also state was that Hillary Clinton refused to accept the results of the 2016 election. Trump was concerned that certain states, installed ballot boxes in various unsecured locations. But these were not all monitored. These drop boxes were a major point of contention, but the legal explanation was not persuasive. Newsweek stated, many entities have debunked the notion of widespread fraud, including the Associated Press investigation last year that found only 475 potential instances of cheating. Also, the New York Times project where reporters spoke to election officials in every state concluded last year that there was no evidence that fraud played a role in the outcome of the presidential race. The USA Today investigation in late 2020 concluded accusations of wrongdoing were unfounded or overblown. The Brennan Center for Justice noted the nation's top intelligence and law enforcement agencies called the 2020 election secure, and the list goes on. That laughable statement by Newsweek flies in the face of reality. In Producer Dinesh's Suzu's film, 2000 Years, he provides an inclusive proof of voter fraud that benefits Democrats in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, New York, and Pennsylvania. All being highly contested states where the Democrats had to cheat to guarantee a win. And here's how they did it. In Pennsylvania, the Democrat governor, Tom Wolf, and the Attorney General, Josh Shapiro, another word will change that state's voting laws by executive order, allowing mail-in voting and very early voting without going through the required state legislature, violating both Pennsylvania and federal election laws. The state allowed not only unregulated drop boxes, but also mail-in ballots without the required date on the vote, and they had to be counted. There was no voter ID or signature verification required. More than 2.5 million Pennsylvanians voted by mail during 2020's presidential election, most of them Democrats, out of 6.9 million total votes. Some voted multiple times. In Pennsylvania, a statistical analysis conducted by the Trump campaign that matched voter tools to public obituaries found what appears to be over 8,000 confirmed dead voters successfully casting mail-in ballots. There are other issues as well. Sean Hannity had two postal workers who came on his TV show, one a truck driver, and neither man was affiliated with any political party. They explained how they drove a truck of signed ballots from Bethpage, New York to Lancaster and then Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on October 21st during early voting to be counted again. Driver Jesse Morgan said he saw 24 vehicles or large truckload containers of ballots loaded into my trailer. These vehicles contained plastic trays. I called them totes, but trays were of ballots stacked on top of each other. All the envelopes were the same size. I could see the envelopes had handwritten return addresses. I could even tell the lumber's mark of registered mail. These raised for $6 in Lancaster, but he was not allowed to offload the ballots. Then he was told to take the boxes to Harrisburg. But when Morgan requested the receipt showed he arrived, he waited for so long that he wasn't get paid, he was confused. No paper trail. Other whistleblowers claimed that 288,000 ballots disappeared, another 100,000 were improperly backdated, and the mail promoting President Trump was junk, while mail for Biden was delivered. Their report concluded postal contractor Jesse Morgan on October 21st 144,000 to 258,000 completed mail-in ballots from Bethpage, New York, to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where his trailers holding the ballots disappeared. So, Biden beat Trump by more than 80,000 votes in Pennsylvania, far less than the estimated 250,000 already cast ballots transported to New York. And Trump had won Pennsylvania solid in 2016. Pennsylvania received $35 million from the state's CDL and the Center for Election Innovation and Research to expand unsecured voting locations where Democratic support is prevalent, according to the Foundation for Government Accountability. In Arizona, which threatens to go for Trump, A.J. Lefebvre, the chairman of the Maricopa County GOP, has been dealing with controversy by implying he witnessed voter fraud when an activist of the group Citizens for a Better Arizona dropped off some voters' completed ballots at the Maricopa County Elections Headquarters, which has some right-wing blogs going nuts. He stated, I believe it's inconceivable, unacceptable, and should be illegal for groups to collect hundreds, if not thousands, of voters' ballots to distribute to the elections officers for polling locations. And let's not forget the ballot parties where people gather in mass and give their unvoted ballots to operatives of organizations like Citizens for so they can elect them and vote them illegally. America used to be a nation of laws where one person had one vote. I'm sad to say, not anymore. The Secretary of State, the counties, and the state legislature passed some great election law in 2013 that resulted in HB 2305 of our rights. I know because I testified in several hearings. What did the progressive socialist and multi-rich cry after laws were passed? Suppression and disenfranchisement of Hispanic and minority voters, so they could force the repeal of HB 2305 and continue their voter fraud activities. Also, according to Bill Carrico, Arizona couldn't complete their project with the results that involved chasing the trail of missing records, given that data was withheld by non-cooperative people instead of the ones subpoenaed. It took Arizona weeks to count these votes. The only reason it would take that long is if they had to create ballots to make out their ballots to support Trump. Florida, with a much larger population, all of its votes in 24 hours. Only liberal locations have public county votes. In Atlanta, Georgia, which is part of Fulton County, Attorney Rudy Giuliani and Team Trump presented a video in Atlanta on December 3rd, 2020 that shows ballots stuffing being done at the State Farm Center in Atlanta from 11 p.m. on November 3rd to 12 a.m. on November 4th, 2020. The election officials had all workers and workers leave the State Farm Convention Center at approximately 10:30 p.m. on November 3rd, claiming it was a water fight. There was apparently no water fight. Some election workers and officials remained at the protest shut down. Ironically, the ones who remained were Democrats. So that the oversight to complete their progress, approximately 11 p.m., workers retrieved suitcases that had been concealed under a table. In the suitcases were ballots as they proceeded to put through the Indian counting machines. Of interest, the tables and suitcases had been placed in the counting room at approximately 8:30 a.m. on November 3rd, with a tablecloth used to conceal the suitcases. After about 2 hours of stuffing all the ballots through the counting machines, the workers called it a night and went home. Eventually, Trump was leading in the count by over 100,000 votes until this happened. The next day, Biden had received all the votes early in the morning. The margin between Georgia and 2020 was 11,779 votes. In Georgia, underscoring the critical role any given category of election voters might play in determining the outcome, the estimated number of alleged deceased individuals or ghost voters casting votes almost exactly equals the Biden margin. A ghost voter is one who requests and submits a ballot under the name of a voter who no longer resides at the address where that voter was registered. These faulty counting machines were also used in the runoff for Senate in January 2021. In this article, voting machine vendor union acknowledges their code was compromised in the 2020 elections and in the 2021 race fraud. These should also be mentioned that many of those fraudulent ballots were not voted, meaning they were not mailed, and they did not come with envelopes, also proving not being mailed, no postmarks or dates. There was no signature verification either, and many people used copies of the same ballot. Despite the lawsuits filed by Dominion, the Giuliani's claim that the voting machines could be manipulated to alter votes, a revelation came forth published by the Gateway Pundit that would have blown the liberal mind if the information had not been suppressed by a corrupt criminal judge and the Secretary of State. February 10th, 2021, Trump called the state attorney general of Raffensperger in Georgia to locate just over 15,700 votes, margin of victory. We had thousands of ballots for a serious question. There were also concerns over the Dominion voting machine. In response, Georgia prosecutors opened a criminal investigation into Trump's efforts to support the election in Georgia. And now that politically motivated case is in serious jeopardy due to the elections in Fulton County and As reported by Jeff Holt, indicates that on January 19, 2023, J. Alex Haldeman demonstrated how the vending machines are and their tabulations were off. It was also revealed that Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger had been hiding this report from the public for 2 years. University of Michigan professor of computer science and engineering J. Alex Haldeman and security researcher and assistant professor at Auburn University Drew Stringel collaborated on the report. They discovered many exploitable vulnerabilities in the Dominion voting system's ImageCast X system. Haldeman displayed the ability to hack a Dominion voting tabular report in Georgia on January 19, 2023 using only a writing pen. Far-left judge Amy Copenhagen covered up the results of the investigation of Dominion voting machines in Georgia and sat on the report. Knowing full well Giuliani was being received with other of the machines. The report confirmed what Trump and Giuliani asserted that votes can be altered in the Dominion voting machines. In fact, the report revealed that the Dominion software is vulnerable to impeachment. Georgia officials, as well as other liberal locations, refused to allow forensic examinations by independent investigators. Even the Trump-hating Rhino Secretary of State Raffensperger hid this information from the public until forced to admit it in 2023. I personally can't understand why, but these people should be in jail. Across the swing states, corrupt judges and prosecutors and the media held the line after 2020 to make sure no one was allowed to question or examine the integrity of electoral ballots, inspect the voting machines, look at voter registration rules, confirm signatures and addresses, lest they might substantiate tens of thousands of citizen reports of fraud. In fact, several people who voted Republican at the polls in person or mailed-in ballots checked their votes online and saw that they were listed as never even voting. Others found that their votes had been flipped to Democrat and been voted. Several people claimed that they received multiple mail-in ballots, and several spoken to even confirmed that some of their dead relatives had voted, some voting Democrat for the first time. The challenge is that the state didn't have reports, but the cases when it occurred, despite the liberal media claiming that the charges had been easy in court. This was because there had been no investigation conducted to provide evidence, and corrupt and lazy judges and prosecutors made sure no one questioned or examined the integrity of actual results, lest their premature certification be reversed, because that would be embarrassing. Also from Bill Carrick, I also found it suspicious that a law allows ballots from the federal election developed every 2 years could be destroyed 2 months prior to the next election. It was chasing the originators of that law that led me to the congressional record in 1960, where I found the law was passed by WJ, JFK, and Nixon a few months before JFK narrowly defeated Nixon as president. Michigan had its own issues, and like other Democrat locations, played games during the ballot count. Independent and opposition observers were told to stand as far back as 50 feet from the table due to COVID and therefore not able to see what the ballot counters were doing. Several precincts actually banned observers from entering the building. And one video showed the Democrat ballot counters and party officials covering the windows with brown paper to stop anyone from looking inside as ballots were counted. Postal subcontractor Nathan Peace was told by 2 separate postal workers on 2 separate occasions that the USPS in Wisconsin was gathering over 100,000 ballots on the morning of November 4th. He backdated the ballots so that the ballots could be counted even if they arrived after the statutory deadline. Computer expert Gregory Stenson of Pennsylvania witnessed events Dominion machines and the local election officials downloaded and updated counting machines in violation of election system protocol, and the commingling of machine jump drives in violation of election protocols and rendering audits impossible without direct forensic access to the machines. Another whistleblower claimed that ballots were backdated by postal workers, and in Traverse City, Michigan, junk campaign mailers lettered Venezuela undelivered for bulk business mail, while the same type of mail that Joe Biden was delivered on time. The investigation of the Outside Project uncovered potential flaws in fraud and voter registration in several states that certified election counts in favor of Biden. The said that whistleblowers found that election officials in most of Democratic areas manipulated ballots and campaign mail, potentially influencing the outcome. Whistleblower accounts recently detailed failure of election officials in many jurisdictions to maintain ballot capacity, allowing for the potential of fraudulent ballots. These accounts include photographs of individuals improperly accessing voting machines and detailed eyewitness accounts of the breaking of sealed boxes of ballot junk drawers and commingling of those junk drawers with others. It added, the accounts also revealed multi-state illegal efforts by USPS workers to influence the election in at least 3 of 6 swing states. Details include potentially hundreds of thousands of completed absentee ballots being transported across 3 state lines and a trailer filled with ballots disappearing in Pennsylvania. This refers to more than the trailer in Pennsylvania and New York. According to the deep state Marxists and their media platforms, Biden won the election of the 3rd, receiving 81.3 million votes or 51.6%, to Trump's 74.2 million or 46.8%, and 306 electoral college votes to Trump's 232. The problem was that there were no reported errors in counting ballots for Trump. However, long before the election, the State Department of Justice, including the FBI, as well as the IRS, were covering for the Biden crime family. Here is how they influenced the election. The following information is courtesy of Bill Carrico and Divine. On April 12, 2019, Hunter Biden dropped off his laptop at a repair shop in Lincoln, Delaware. The shop owner, Isaac, confirmed with the signed receipt that Hunter Biden signed a repair authorization and dropped off an unbootable laptop, asking for its data to be recovered and saved on the device. The criminal actions on that laptop were withheld from the American public for a whole year during the campaign and election. The Deep State Justice Department and FBI, as well as the treasonous 51 former intelligence heads, lied when they stated that it has all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. Joe Biden denied the validity of the laptop, and he denied the allegations of foreign money to the American public during the debate with Trump. Surveys show that between 20 to 25% of Democrat voters would not have voted for him had they known then what they know now. That survey does not include the opinions of the dead who were unavailable from it. Getting back to the aftermath of the election, citing Bill Carrico, covering up a rigged election requires preventing actual ballots from being examined because fake ballots are relatively easy to spot. For example, the election officers could examine ballots to determine not just if they came from a copier, but if they were printed on a different stock of paper, or if they were a legitimate paper that weren't marked by from a scan, or if they had been folded and placed in an absentee ballot envelope or mail. Finding any one of these is proof of fraud. Regarding the events in Fulton County, Georgia, I can present Bill Carrico, who stated, evidence of fraud can be easily gathered, which is when corrupt judges would not allow ballots to be examined. I attended the Fulton County, Georgia hearing online, where plaintiffs were requesting permission to examine a portion of the ballot. Early on, Judge Brian Merrow stated he would consider having copies of the ballots made for the plaintiffs to examine. This is insane. Logically, it's the equivalent of hindering Treasury agents by only allowing them to examine photocopies of counterfeit money rather than original counterfeit bills. The judge agreed to provide plaintiffs with scanned images of 47,000 mail-in ballots for inspection, while the official ballots remained in Fulton's custody. In response to that ruling, the state prosecutors hired an outside firm to challenge the ruling, which delayed access further. I quit attending the hearings at that point. I recently searched for articles and found one where Judge Merrill had granted a second request to unseal the ballot, but only to let Fulton County employees make 600 DTF copies while the plaintiff's experts watched. All of this was political theater orchestrated by the judge who artfully slow-walked this case for months, stringing the plaintiffs and their well-intentioned donors along. Sadly, the failure rate of pursuing election fraud claims remains near 100%. This judge drew the proceeding up for 10 months before he ruled against the plaintiffs on every 2021 without allowing a single ballot to be examined. Naturally, the plaintiffs appealed to the granted. It was hard to miss the disdain for the unconstitutional being. The Georgia Court of Appeals on Thursday revised a lawsuit by election skeptics who want to search for fraudulent ballots from the 2020 presidential race 2.5 years after it was decided. They win, citing Bill Carrico. It's worth a closer look to see why the case was dismissed, considering that citizens were requested to look at the actual ballots among which fraudulent ballots were found. When the case was filed, there was no other place to look at that point. The judge controlled the evidence. He needed access to it instead of people making the request of understanding to do so because they couldn't prove power on them. This is an isolated case, you know. Corrupt judges have maintained this ballot blockade for years, making anyone from getting near the ballots. Plus, their decisions are always rubber stamped by the U.S. Supreme Court. Here is the link to the Superior Court of Fulton County's official document for the dismissal. And here is a sample from its 15 pages, which gives a sense of how the judge can slow walk a simple request to look at the ballots. See the original documents in the photographs. They have been removed from these excerpts, which are taken from the official pages. The court finds the plaintiffs have failed to allege infringement, thus they lack standing in claim in the three respondents' motion to dismiss the granted. Petitioners alleged violations of their state constitutional protections and due process rights. In their initial petition, petitioners claimed that fraudulent ballots had been counted in the general election. In this support, they offered affidavits from individuals who participated in the ballot process to verify that there were large numbers of absentee ballots that looked as if they had been marked by a machine rather than by being. Further, two of these individuals were voted bad, while other absentee ballots showed obvious use. There was at least one batch of absentee ballots that was pristine and printed on different paper stock. The fact that these ballots contained no greases or other indication of being folded because envelopes had mailed out caused one individual to think that there had been additional absentee ballots out of the fraudulent end. Petitioners therefore sought the production of scanned ballot images and physical copies of every mail-in and absentee ballot that was counted, audited, and recounted in the November 3rd, 2020 general election in Lincoln County. What happened next is telling in this video. In part 2, we will examine the court cases and expert testimony that proved that voter fraud occurred and how the liberal religious project has conducted complicit in public health. I want to thank one of our viewers, Bill Carrico. In addition to his members, Bill filed in the section of Historical Reset, who supplied a lot of information from the show from his own investigation, which supported and corroborated our own conclusions. Thanks, Bill. Thanks for watching today's episode of Forgotten History. If you like this episode, please consider becoming a channel member or joining our Patreon page. This would help us offset the ever-increasing cost of production. As always, please like, share, and comment. And if you have any show ideas, please contact us. We'll be back to you as soon as possible. Until next time.
Once called a house divided to stand together for common hopes and common dreams someday. I stand before you today to announce my candidacy for president of the United States of America.
Many on the left claim that President Donald J. Trump was one of the most divisive and corrupt presidents in history, but it can't tell the truth. Many will say the degradation of race relationships occurred under the watch of his predecessor, President Barack Obama. Obama made the claim that, quote, my administration is free of scandal. Well, let's cut that statement to the test, shall we? Did our first black president improve race relations or hurt it? How would Barack Obama be considered one of the most corrupt? What did he do or allow to be done that was unethical, if not illegal? I'm Colin Eaton, a veteran of the United States Army and Marine Corps, former history professor, book author, and welcome to this episode of Ground History. President Obama help race relations or hurt it? Here are some clear cases showing he did not help at all. The 2009 arrest of Harvard University professor Henry Louis Gates Jr. after a 911 call of a break-in at his property, which was later cleared up, prompted Obama to jump to a racial conclusion, saying the white police officer involved acted stupidly, insinuating a racial motive. Obama later called the police officer, Sergeant James Crowley, to apologize for the comment, but the public went crazy with it. The Florida Trayvon Martin case in 2012 saw Obama immediately take up the case against the shooter, George Zimmerman, blaming racial tensions by saying in a White House speech that, quote, if he had a son, that child would look like Trayvon. This is a tragedy. Before there was an investigation painting public opinion. The truth came out during the trial that Martin attacked Zimmerman. He shot Martin in self-defense, which Obama never mentioned. This was the start of the Black Lives Matter movement, created on a lie. They would be the lies. In 2014, Michael Brown was killed by Ferguson, Missouri police officer Darren Wilson, who responded to an assault and robbery call. And Obama sided with the Democrat race baiters, BLM, that it was an unwarranted shooting, calling it the murder of spurring BLM types. For the past year, we come to see more clearly than ever frustration in many communities of color and the feeling that our laws apply them. At first, I said that we had to raise these issues squarely. The reason why was that Brown had his hands up saying, don't shoot. The eyewitnesses later stated Brown, who had just stolen merchandise from a convenience store and assaulted the owner, never put his hands up and reached into the police car. And forensic evidence proved that Brown attacked Officer Wilson and tried to take his weapon. His DNA was found on the car door, the pistol, the holster, and Wilson's uniform. Wilson was exonerated, but his life and career were over. All because of this event and the lie perpetrated by President Obama and Black Lives Matter. These racial tensions and the charges started the riots and laid the groundwork for the future domestic terrorist group BLM, also known as Burn, Loot, Murder, for their violence, for the slightest unfounded provocation. As a result of this instigation, more police officers have been murdered in retaliation for perceived injustices by BLM and Antifa supporters, totally supported by the Democratic coalition. During the war on terrorism, Obama changed the military rules of engagement in 2009 and 2010, which restrained the troops from firing in order to spare civilian casualties, cut back on airstrikes and artillery strikes, the types of support that protect the troops during raids and ambushes.
Americans are deeply ambivalent about war. But having fought for independence, we know the price must be paid.
The results were double the casualties suffered by coalition forces, especially Americans, and many more casualties suffered by civilians targeted by the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. The military was not allowed to take the offensive action against known targets. Rather, they were a reaction force to hostility, and even then, they were restricted in their response levels. The Iran nuclear deal is another scandal. Obama led the European Union coalition in giving Iran the green light to nuclear capability. The agreement was supposedly not for nuclear weapons, only nuclear energy, and was subject to unannounced inspections and verification at the established facilities. Soon after all sanctions against Iran were lifted and billions of dollars of Iranian assets were returned, Iran then made their facilities secure military installations that could not be accessed for inspection, therefore violating the agreement.
I'm hearing a lot of talking points here. This is a bad deal. This is a historically bad deal. This will threaten Israel, threaten the world, threaten the United States. There's been a lot of that.
But Obama did nothing about it. In addition, Obama did nothing when Iranian gunboats took several U.S. sailors prisoner in international waters. Obama then gave Iran $1.7 billion in cash in various currencies, even after Iran was refusing to be the supplier of IEDs used in Iraq and Afghanistan and were supporting terrorist groups. $400 million in cash. Trump went from businessman to president in 2016. However, his controversies as president, the illegal Democrat campaign against him, the deep state conspiracies to remove him from office, as well as the proven lies that were continuously perpetuated by the mainstream media, will be covered and disproven, citing published sources and first-hand accounts from those persons who were there. One, was there such a concerted effort to fabricate lies and create a smear campaign against Trump? One, was there so much effort put into the major media outlets to promote falsehoods? Why did the various federal agencies also climb on board to assist in creating these fabrications, to include officials and various former directors, committing perjury and sworn testimony to both houses of Congress? Hello, I'm Colin Heaton, a military veteran, historian, author, and welcome to this episode of Classic History. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946 in Queens, New York. His father was Fred Trump, born in 1905 to German immigrant parents. His mother was born in Scotland in 1912 and immigrated to the U.S. in 1930, becoming a naturalized citizen in 1942. She and Fred had 5 children: Fred Trump Jr., who died in 1981, Mary Ann and Elizabeth, and younger brother Robert. Donald Trump received a Bachelor of Science degree in economics from the University of Pennsylvania in 1968, following which his father named him president of his real estate business in 1971. Trump then renamed it the Trump Organization. Trump never appeared to have any serious interest in national politics. He was a registered Democrat and Republican at various times. But his focus was on his own businesses in construction and renovation of skyscrapers, public buildings, hotels, casinos, and golf courses worldwide. But in 2000, Trump ran for the presidential nomination as the Reform Party candidate in the California and Michigan primaries against Republican nominee George W. Bush and the likely Democrat nominee Al Gore, but he withdrew from the race in February of 2000. In February 2011, Trump suggested that he would challenge President Barack Obama in the 2012 general election during his appearance at the Conservative Political Action Conference, or CPAC, giving speeches in early primary states. The media did not take him seriously, and in May 2011, he announced he would not run, and instead he endorsed Mitt Romney in February 2012. In June 2015, Trump again announced his candidacy for president against the Democrat frontrunner Hillary Clinton. Once again, his campaign run was not taken seriously by the media or political analysts, but he rapidly climbed above the other Republicans in the national opinion polls. His position of being a political outsider, not owing allegiance to the lobbyists, big corporations, and his announcement that he would fund his own campaign without taking major corporate contributions, in order to not owe anyone anything, struck a chord. Trump outlined all that he saw wrong with the D.C. swamp, to include the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, American businesses going overseas to avoid high tax rates and operating costs, and the promises of bringing corporations and jobs back to the United States resonated with the population. Many blue-collar workers whose livelihoods had been crippled as a result of offshoring their jobs, and Trump pointed out the high cost and financially devastating impact of the Affordable Care Act on individuals and businesses. Trump also campaigned on rebuilding the military, stopping taxpayer funding for programs that harmed the economy, ending the war on terror, securing the southern border, enforcing immigration laws, rebuilding the military structure in total, and protecting coal, oil, and natural gas jobs. And that saw him become the front runner in March 2016. The media had been very friendly to Trump over the decades until his announcement that he would run as a Republican in the 2016 presidential election. After that, they always tried to portray Trump as a business failure, racist, and misogynist. Yet, despite these setbacks, the majority of his businesses continue to thrive in varying degrees, depending upon the national and the global economics. Trump also pointed out the fact that NATO was being paid for by the American taxpayer. For decades, NATO countries had failed to pay their 2% GDP dues, yet still expected U.S. protection, and he said that NATO was obsolete. He stated that he wanted to address the U.S.-China relationship and strike down the free trade agreements such as NAFTA and the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and get the U.S. out of the Iran nuclear deal, Main Power Plan, and the Paris Climate Accords, also called the Paris Agreement, which did not pertain to China and India, but was targeting Western Europe and the USA. Trump campaigned on modernizing and expediting services for veterans, repealing and replacing the Affordable Care Act, abolishing the Common Core education programs, investing in infrastructure, simplifying the tax code while reducing taxes for all economic classes, and imposing tariffs on imports by companies that offshore jobs. Many of those jobs came back. Trump also wanted an extreme vetting process or a complete ban on immigrants from Muslim-majority countries that had ties to terrorism to reduce Islamic terrorism in this country. Due to the policies of Barack Obama and the rise of the ISIS caliphate, he proposed aggressive military action against the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. The media hit Trump hard after he was endorsed by former Ku Klux Klan and Peter Wizard and Grand Dragon David Duke, as due to Trump's policies on the border and immigration. Duke stated that he enthusiastically supported Trump and said he and like-minded people voted for Trump because of his promises to take our country back. Trump was slow to disavow the endorsement from David Duke after he was questioned about it during a CNN interview on February 28, 2016, but he stated that he would not support hate groups. The media never mentioned the fact that his opponent, Hillary Clinton, openly admitted that she, as well as Vice President Joseph Biden, were great friends and were mentored by the former KKK recruiter, segregationist, and open racist Democrat Senator Robert C. Byrd of West Virginia. Trump then hired Steve Bannon, the executive chairman of Breitbart News, in August 2016 as his campaign CEO, and Kellyanne Conway as his campaign manager. The alt-right movement, as it was called by the media, supported Trump for his Make America Great Again platform. Unlike previous candidates, Trump did not release his tax returns, which became standard practice since James Earl Carter released his in 1976. He said his tax returns were being audited and that his lawyers had advised him against releasing them, and there is no law mandating that process. In October 2016, portions of Trump's state filings from 1995 were leaked to a reporter from the New York Times. They show that Trump had declared a loss of $916 million that year, including accounting for depreciation, which allowed him to avoid paying taxes legally for up to 18 years. In a roller coaster political campaign season, Hillary Clinton led Trump in the national polling averages, if they could be believed. But as more of her illegal activities are becoming known, and the fact that she promised to put headliners out of business and attack the fossil fuel industry, she lost the lead in early July 2016. That was when Trump selected Indiana Governor Mike Pence as his vice presidential running mate. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton had 3 presidential debates in September and October 2016. During these, Trump twice refused to say whether he would accept the results of the election, stating that he would have to see how it goes, alluding to certain areas that always had problems with voting integrity. Republican Trump won the 2016 presidential election in the Electoral College with 304 to 227 electoral votes, while Democrat Clinton won the popular vote, with Trump receiving nearly 2.9 million fewer popular votes than Clinton, making him the 5th person to be elected president while losing the popular vote. The majority of those votes were from New York and California, reinforcing the need for the Electoral College. The loss to Trump was a political shockwave, as the media, the pollsters, and the Democrat establishment had believed their own propaganda and underestimated the power of Trump's message and the desires of working-class Americans. Clinton had made many severe strategic errors, which Trump pounced upon during his campaign and even during the debates. Trump won 30 states, including the energy and industry states Clinton threatened, and had suffered under Obama, such as Michigan, Texas, Kentucky, West Virginia, Wyoming, Oklahoma, South Dakota, North Dakota, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Wisconsin, with some states being considered reliable Democratic strongholds since the 1990s. Trump's message of bringing back jobs, national security, and energy independence was powerful, and the victory also had a Republican-controlled House of Representatives and Senate. His tough-on-crime posture saw him receive the vast majority of support from the various local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies and departments. In order to divest himself of anything connecting him personally to new foreign deals, Trump moved his businesses into a reputable trust run by his sons, Eric and Donald Jr., and one of their business associates. He also took only $1 instead of the 6-figure salary as president, donating the money to charities. The media screamed hypocrisy since the Trump Organization expanded business operations in Dubai, Scotland, Saudi Arabia, and the Dominican Republic. Trump's businesses continued to profit, which was not illegal and expected to continue. Trump signed 6 executive orders during his first week in office, which authorized procedures for repealing the Affordable Care Act known as Obamacare, withdrawal of the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations, bailing out of the Iranian deal, the reinstatement of the Mexico City policy that blocked U.S. federal funding for non-governmental organizations that provided abortion counseling or referrals, advocated to decriminalize abortion, or expanded abortion services. He also used his executive power to expand the Keystone XL and Dakota Access Pipeline construction projects, reinforcement of border security, and a plan to design and construct a wall along the U.S. southern border with Mexico. The Democrats have been plotting to remove Trump as a candidate, even during the campaign and then after he became president. Hillary Clinton and Jake Sullivan, in conjunction with Fusion GPS and their friends within the Obama-established Department of Justice, Internal Revenue Service, Central Intelligence Agency, National Security Agency, and Federal Bureau of Investigation, started breaking a lot of laws. Anti-Trump Republicans initially started opposition research against Trump during the 2016 GOP primaries to remove him, the dangerous outsider, but the Clinton campaign and Democratic National Committee took over the operation. Then, more than $1 million flowed from the Clinton campaign and DNC to the law firm Perkins Coie, which then hired the opposition research company Fusion GPS, who hired former British MI6 agent Christopher Steele, who got involved. Hillary Clinton and the DNC had paid Steele an estimated $168,000 to gather information on Trump that could be used as political leverage against him. That became the famous Steele dossier, which was taken by the DOJ and FBI. Director James Comey personally certified the document as verified to the FISA court to get wiretap and surveillance warrants against the Trump campaign and continued the practice into his presidency. Comey and others in the DOJ even touted the dossier, claiming that without the Steele dossier, there could have never been any request for FISA warrants. All the mainstream media outlets claimed that the proof that Trump colluded with Putin to steal the election, supported by Charleston Democrats such as California Democrat House Representative Adam Schiff, Hillary Clinton Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and others who all knew the truth, yet continued to lie to the American people about the so-called evidence in plain sight. However, after the FBI, through Director James Comey, was caught with their pants down, they offered Steele $1 million if he could verify anything in the document. Then only after the 4 perjured submissions to the FISA court came to light, and he admitted that he could not verify the data. CNN even had to report that Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham, Republican from South Carolina, released a declassified FBI document showing the Bureau misled the FISA court 4 times, committing 4 felonies, and Comey also lied to the Senate Intelligence Committee in 2018 about the Steele dossier's primary subsource and, therefore, the reliability of the Steele dossier. To be clear, multiple U.S. government inquiries uncovered dozens of contacts between Trump campaign associates and Russians, which have since been acknowledged, and those were proven to be legitimate business contacts. But CNN, in order to try and save face, stated, the candidate himself and his closest advisors even welcomed the Kremlin's interference in the election. Still, none of it added up to the collusion suggested in Steele's memos. What they referred to was Trump publicly asking Russia to give him Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails that were subpoenaed by Republicans in Congress due to the fact that she violated federal law, including the National Security Act, by having a private server to bypass congressional scrutiny of her nefarious activities. It was also proven that the server had been hacked by Russia, North Korea, and China, and perhaps others. It is also speculated that Iran may have hacked it, thus assisting in the planning in the 2012 Benghazi Libya attacks on the U.S. diplomatic compound and nearby CIA annex on September 11 through 12, 2012, resulting in the deaths of U.S. Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other Americans. See our video on Benghazi for more information. Part of Clinton's loss of public support were actions of destroying the phones and computers to avoid the evidence of her activities coming to light during the campaign, and Trump exposed this to the public during the debates. Even CNN once again had to admit the indictments secured by John Durham, the special counsel appointed during the Trump administration to investigate the FBI's Russia probe. Durham alleges that Steele's primary source, a U.S.-based foreign policy analyst, repeatedly lied to the FBI about where he got his information. The revelation of the criminal fraud perpetrated by Clinton, the DOJ, FBI, and the Democrats on Capitol Hill against Trump becoming public knowledge sent the liberals over the edge. They had won Pulitzer Prizes for their falsified investigative journalism, and many of the Democrats secured high-paying jobs as analysts discussing the great Russia collusion, which were proven to be lies, which they knew to be lies all along. So, as a result, Trump was sued as a result of his businesses still making money for violating the domestic and foreign emoluments clauses of the U.S. Constitution. This was the first time that the clauses had been invoked against a president with any serious determination. One case was dismissed in the lower court, and 2 others were dismissed by the U.S. Supreme Court as moot after the end of Trump's term. There was nothing illegal for a man's companies to conduct business, unlike the Biden crime family, which made over $30 million in foreign profits and never provided legitimate service. In addition, all of Trump's business bank accounts were long-standing, solid, and verified with federal EIN numbers and a track record of filing tax returns. Unlike the Bidens, who had laundered their illegal foreign money through 24 shadow limited liability corporations and never declared the illegal income or paid their taxes until Hunter Biden's attorney paid $4 billion in delinquent taxes for him. Trump Trump also supported traditional marriage between a man and a woman, but he considered the nationwide legality of same-sex marriage as a settled issue, and no action was warranted. In March 2017, his administration rolled back key parts of the Obama administration's workplace protections, especially transgenders serving in the military. This was considered discrimination against LGBTQ people, but it was upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court. The media that loved Trump before he ran for president turned rabid and totally lost all credibility, but they began running fake news stories, creating lies, using unnamed sources, support unsubstantiated allegations, and supporting unwarranted conspiracy theories while creating conspiracies of their own. Also stated by the fake news, during the 2016 campaign, Trump promised to protect funding for Medicare and other social safety net programs, but in January 2020, he suggested he was willing to consider cuts to such programs. What this statement fails to state is that Trump's plan was to ensure that illegal aliens and non-citizens would not have access to legitimate taxpayer-funded programs, thereby reducing costs. Trump also barred organizations that provided abortions or abortion referrals from receiving federal funds, which fell under the Hyde Act, which Biden has supported. He did not believe taxpayers should pay for abortions, which he also believed should be an individual state issue under the 10th Amendment and not a federal issue. Trump was always a staunch supporter of the Second Amendment and did not believe that law-abiding citizens should be punished due to the criminality of others, that all Americans had the right to self-defense. However, Trump was in favor of capital punishment, and his administration, federal government executed 13 prisoners more than in the previous 56 years combined after a 17-year moratorium. Trump supported the use of enhanced interrogation methods such as waterboarding, but he encountered serious opposition from Defense Secretary General James Mattis. In December 2017, Trump signed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, which had been passed by both the Republican House and Senate without any Democratic votes. The law reduced tax rates for businesses and individuals, with business tax cuts to be permanent and individual tax cuts set to expire after 2025, and it eliminated the Affordable Care Act tax penalty for those who did not buy it, removing the burdensome individual mandate. The Trump administration claimed that the act would either increase tax revenues or pay for itself by prompting economic growth. Instead, revenues in 2018 were 7.6% lower than projected. But that statement by the liberal media is not exactly true. Yes, it reduced the tax income received from the tax mandate, as people were no longer forced to buy the ACA. But the corporate tax cuts started bringing companies back to the nation and allowed companies to hire more workers due to lower operating costs, thereby increasing the taxpayer base. Under the policy, unemployment would be at around 3.6% by July 2019, down from 4.7% when he took office. It would not be until the COVID-19 pandemic unleashed by China that unemployment would start rising again. Trump did not agree completely with the scientific consensus on climate change and the global warming agenda, hence his utterly nonsensical heresy. He reduced the budget for renewable energy research by 40%, preferring to focus on fossil fuel exploitation, improving uses, creating energy independence, and in the process, he reversed Obama's policies on climate change. This was another reason unemployment dropped and inflation rates fell to 1.40% by 2020 before the pandemic. In fact, interest rates remained at about 2.4% until the Biden administration, when they rose to 9% and are currently at 7.93%. Rates declined throughout 2019. When January 2020 came around, and the average rate for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage was about 3.7%. Under Biden, the average mortgage interest rate for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage has been above 6% throughout 2023, soaring above 7% in mid-August. The June 2017, Trump announced a withdrawal of the United States from the Paris Agreement, making the U.S. the only nation in the world to not ratify the agreement, and the Democrats and progressive climate anarchists were in berserk. Trump wisely explained that India and China were getting a pass, not forced to adhere to the accord, and increasing their coal-fueled industries, while expecting the rest of the world to nearly halt output and convert to wind and solar power, which would cripple American production and GDP. Trump aimed to boost the production and exports of fossil fuels. Natural gas expanded under Trump, but coal production fell, probably due to less need for coal as natural gas production exploded. But Trump did not chill the coal industry, which is what Hillary Clinton campaigned on doing. Trump also rolled back more than 100 federal environmental regulations under the domain of the EPA, which the progressives claimed would increase greenhouse gas emissions, air and water pollution, and the expanded use of toxic substances. Actually, Trump's energy policy did nothing of the kind, and these assertions were refuted by the fact that the increase in natural gas production, which is clean, never harmed the environment. Air quality continued to increase under Trump, while the progressives still turned a blind eye to China and India. In response to the opioid epidemic, Trump signed legislation in 2018 to increase funding for drug treatments. But he was widely criticized by the mainstream media for failing to make a concrete strategy. But Obama had not addressed that issue effectively either. U.S. opioid overdose deaths were reduced in 2018, but rose to a record 50,052 deaths in 2019. The progressives also claimed that Trump weakened protections for animals and lowered the environmental standards for federal infrastructure projects, which was not true. They used the same argument to fight him on building the border wall, that it was environmentally unsound. They were appalled that he expanded the permit for drilling and resource extraction, such as allowing drilling in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, also known as the ANWR. In contrast, Joe Biden's expensive China-made windmills have killed more wildlife, such as birds, dolphins, and whales, and done nothing to lower energy costs. While in 2018 the U.S. was exporting oil and gas to Europe, undercutting the same products supplied by Russia at an even better price and with a higher quality product. Domestically, gasoline averaged $2.26 and then down to $1.87 per gallon in most states by 2020, down $1 per gallon under Obama. Under Trump, oil production reached its all-time peak of 12.3 million barrels a day just before the pandemic. In 2022, the highest price under Biden was $5.07 per gallon, which finally fell after he sold the federal oil reserves to China and other nations and released it for domestic consumption, while still begging for oil from Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. Under Trump, the strategic oil reserve was filled at below $21 a barrel. Although the price of crude oil in the United States did fall to less than $25 a barrel during Trump's time in the White House, it still fluctuated up and down, but under Biden, oil surged to over $120 a barrel. The most important part of Trump's energy plan was to successfully reduce the value of foreign crude oil. And when he imposed the oil export sanctions upon Iran, that nation's economy was crippled. The Arab Gulf states were also thrown back on their heels as we no longer needed imports received at previous levels. In June 2018, the Trump administration, along with 18 Republicans from the United States, argued before the Supreme Court that the elimination of the financial penalties associated with the individual mandate had rendered the ACA unconstitutional. The media claimed that if they succeeded, it would have eliminated health insurance coverage for up to 23 million Americans. What this biased report does not say is that the Trump plan was to allow people already on the ACA plan to remain on it if they wished, while removing the penalty for those who did not want it and desired to go back into the private healthcare industry and have the doctors of their choice. Trump promised while campaigning to eliminate the national debt in 8 years, but he approved large increases in government spending that Democrats voted for in order to avoid a government shutdown. Increased increase the military and to build a border wall, along with providing the 2017 tax cut. The media reported mostly correctly later that the federal budget deficit increased by almost 50% to nearly $1 trillion in 2019. Under Trump, the U.S. national debt increased by 39%, reaching $27.75 trillion by the end of his term, and the U.S. debt to GDP ratio hit a post-World War II high. Trump's argument was that by completing the wall, preventing millions of illegal aliens from draining resources, reducing crime, taking American jobs, and reducing drug and human traffickers would in time pay off. Trump made the claim that Mexico would pay for the wall. Of course, the liberals laughed at that. And as the Democrats scoffed at that statement, they knew that if he completely secured the border, he would doom future Democrat political elections, which was why they fought him all the way to stop him from completing the wall, despite his securing and funding the border wall, after the appellate court ruled that he could use Department of Defense money already allocated, as it was in fact in the interest of national defense. In fact, Mexico did pay for a large part of the cost of building the wall. Trump implemented the Remain in Mexico policy for illegals after reminding President Peña Nieto that tariffs could be issued against Mexican imports if he did not comply. This forced the Mexican government to put 30,000 soldiers on their northern border with the U.S. and also secure their southern border with Guatemala, where most migrants leave Mexico. This process continued under the next president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. Immigrants were then forced to file their asylum claims in Mexico to be heard by American immigration judges later if approved, but not on U.S. soil until President Joseph Biden ended Remain in Mexico, stopped the wall construction, despite the materials already being paid for and deposited on location, and then he opened the southern border in violation of federal immigration law, national security, and his oath of office. The liberal media also reported that Trump had failed to deliver the $1 trillion infrastructure spending plan on which he had campaigned. What they did not report was that the Democrats stood in Congress and they would not have kept the money from infrastructure to include completing the border wall, wanting to save infrastructure funding for their own party, and many rhinos who were anti-Trump supported the subterfuge. The ultimate shockwave to Democrats was when he appointed and had confirmed Jim Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, three conservatives during his presidency to the U.S. Supreme Court. In Part 2, we will examine Trump's foreign policy, foreign and domestic perceptions, and the continued media attacks on the Trump administration, proving the lies planted by the media and his political opposition, the two unconstitutional impeachments, and the January 6th controversy. Thanks for watching today's episode of Forgotten History. If you like this episode, please consider becoming a channel member or joining our Patreon page. This would help us offset the ever-increasing cost of production. As always, please like, share, and comment. And if you have any show ideas, please contact us, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Until next time. This video is sponsored by the Patriot Builder. President Trump took the oath of office as the Western world was fighting the global war on terror, primarily in Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan. He saw the tensions growing in Asia. He also saw major issues among the population following the years of division sown by the Obama administration, never-ending wars, as well as bad deals made with foreign nations. He was about to change all that. What did Trump do to alter U.S. foreign policy? How did he handle deep state operations against him? How did he create the lowest unemployment in our history and give us the greatest economy? How did he put the world's bad actors in check? Hello, I'm Colin Heaton, military veteran, historian, author, and welcome to this episode of Forgotten History. Trump's first actions was to open public lands and allow permits for oil and natural gas drilling, eventually placing the U.S. on the board as being energy independent and then exporting energy. But the media was waiting. The media attacked Trump's comments at the 2017 rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, where he stated that there were very fine people on both sides, and these were edited out of context. And the news feeds never completely aired his entire statement. They always left out that he also said this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides, and that racism will not be tolerated. They still like using selected soundbites. On the home front, Trump dismissed FBI Director James Comey on May 9, 2017, claiming accurately that Comey's conduct in the investigation of Hillary Clinton's criminal activity was a partisan cover-up. Trump was concerned with Comey's actions into the Russia collusion case and the ongoing Trump-Russia investigation. It has been proven that Trump was right. Comey and his FBI had been in collusion themselves with Hillary Clinton, the Democrat Party, and the Democrat members of Congress and the left-wing media. Comey also lied to the FISA court with 4 fraudulent warrants for surveillance and wiretaps that spanned Trump's campaign well into his presidency without any legal or material foundation. This included the investigation that Comey launched against General Michael Flynn, charges that were fraudulent on their face and later proven to be so, and if they had any merit, they should have been applied to Hunter Biden as well. President Trump reacted in the Oval Office just minutes after the DOJ filing surfaced. He was an innocent man. Now, in my book, he's an even greater warrior, Trump said, while criticizing Obama administration officials. They're human scum. It's treason. Flynn was exonerated. Trump began immediately addressing many foreign policy issues that had either been ignored or badly handled by 2 terms of Barack Obama. He also handled the major world players differently than his predecessor. Trump took liberal criticism after he met with Putin at the Helsinki summit in July 2018 for accepting Putin's denial of Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election, rather than accepting the findings of U.S. intelligence agencies. Trump's alert, the agencies lied and Putin was right. Ironically, Trump was vilified by the media when he failed to accept the alleged Russian bounties offered to Taliban fighters for attacking American soldiers in Afghanistan, with Putin saying both that he doubted the intelligence and that he was not recon. Later, we learned that it was a mainstream media lie. There was no Russian bounty. There's 2 things Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, and JP Morgan did that said we'll cut rates in 2024 and record high gold prices in 2024. Here in the stock market, rate cuts that you see here, rate cuts are really bad news, looking like good news. The 3 biggest Fed drops in the S&P were mentioned forgotten just in a row. Increased visa restrictions on Chinese students and scholars due to the widespread intellectual and technology theft, and he classified China as a currency manipulator. There were Billionaires and billionaires who made a lot of money from China's use of slave labor came after him, as well as the Democrat and right-wing politicians whose investment portfolios bristled with Chinese investments, who never even acknowledged the practice of slavery. Trump also withdrew the U.S. from the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations and imposed tariffs on steel and aluminum imports that competed with U.S. production, and he launched a trade war with China for goods imported into the U.S. by sharply increasing tariffs on 818 categories of goods worth $50 billion. While Trump said that import tariffs were paid by China into the U.S. Treasury, they were actually paid in part by American companies that imported goods from China. Although he pledged during the campaign to significantly reduce the U.S.'s large trade deficits, the trade deficit in July 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic was the largest monthly deficit since July 2008. Following its 2017 to 2018 renegotiation, the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, the USMCA, became effective in July 2020 as the successor to NAFTA. He also put into effect the corporate and personal tax breaks that benefited every American, as companies then had greater financial ability to expand and hire workers, as well as companies that began returning to the U.S. from overseas, taking advantage of the incentives. This created the lowest unemployment figures in American history. Interest rates fell below 3% sustained. In 2017, when North Korea's nuclear weapons were increasingly seen as a serious threat, he warned that North Korean aggression would be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. But Kim Jong-un stopped the missile test. After this period of tension, Trump and Kim exchanged at least 27 letters in which the two men described their warm personal friendship. Trump met with Kim 3 times, in Singapore in 2018, and in Hanoi in 2019, and in the Korean demilitarized zone in 2019. Trump was the first sitting U.S. president to meet the North Korean leader or to visit North Korea and lifted some U.S. sanctions against that country from the deal that halted the missile test. Trump met with Kim Jong-un to also discuss reducing his nuclear arsenal, but despite
busy outside working on the house to try to get as much stuff done today. I started feeling a bit bad again in the air, but there's not, I gotta get this stuff done. I can't sit and wait. So, tonight, once again, crazy stuff's happening all over the place. I guess it's been now, the Resnik, they use the Resnik missile tonight in Ukraine on the other side. Now, the Resnik is this nuclear capable, it's basically like the same missile. It's hypersonic, it goes into space. This was definitely a statement. A Resnik missile struck Ukraine at about 5:20 today, eastern U.S. time. January the 8th, several facilities in Kansas City. No inbound missiles were tracked anywhere over Ukraine, meaning the warheads came down from space. 6 separate type impacts were video recorded striking Kiev. Now, the Resnik at least has 6 different warheads from this. This was definitely a statement of what's to come. These things cannot be stopped by any air defense. There's no stopping it. When they come, they come. And Resnik is launched vertically and goes straight up into space. Earth attached and comes straight down to the target in Earth. Nobody, including the United States, can track it. They didn't tell anybody because they were scared to death. These people know that they can't track them once they get space. We can track it. And when they came down, there was no stopping. Several videos have been uploaded to social media showing the basically said everybody celebrating the U.S. Their election's great while this is happening. So they don't believe that this is everyone believes. Yet entire region heard very powerful explosions, but no missiles were detected. Local media reported. Authorities confirmed the explosions. The explosions were heard throughout the city, the region, even the neighborhood of the region. This marks a dire escalation of Russia's approach to the conflict with these nuclear missiles. These residents came down from space, though no ground-based radar could even see them coming from Russia. They didn't know the explosion. As such, there could be and was no advance warning about the inbound attack. Everybody in this pack was killed. Their residents traveled with hypersonic speeds, no current anti-missile defense on the planet could stop them. As such, there is no defense to this attack at all. And they fired this horrible weapon. And they've got several of them they've got in the works of their buildings. This just shows you what's coming very, very soon. Then on top of that, the bad shoots to the people to U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency shot wounded 2 people in Portland on Thursday, according to the FBI. Portland police said that the officers were called to 102nd Avenue, Southeast Main Street at 2 p.m. They said they confirmed that raiders were involved in the shooting. They said that they were not involved. They said that they were not involved in the shooting. The condition of the 2 people who were shot was immediately known by Portland City Council President. And as far as she knew, they were still alive. Portland police said at 2:24 they had learned that a man who had been shot and caught was ill in northeast 146th Avenue East of Emergency. Arriving officers found a man and a woman loaded with a pair of gunshot wounds. Police reported that raiders were involved. 2 people were wounded or taken to the hospital. Because the next U.S. Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Customs and Border Protection agencies were conducting a traffic stop with agents of environmental self-defense. When agents identified themselves to the vehicle occupants, the driver weaponized his vehicle and attempted to run over. So here's another one they're claiming that tried to run over. Fearing for his life and safety, the agent fired an offensive shot. The driver drove off with the passenger from the scene. They said the passenger of the vehicle was with the transportation trend, the prostitution ring, that's what it says. The HS had been involved in a shooting report. So we got that. So they're very illegal. It's not very shallow. Iran foreign minister announced that Iran is ready for war. From what we're seeing from their air defenses and the shuffling of their missiles, even with all the chaos, they're shuffling their missiles. Now, here's a dangerous place to be because Iran is really the people of Iran are building uprising, but all their missiles are pretty much got off the weapons. Who knows what else they got from Russian missiles that were headquartered. We can see air defenses with chemical weapons. This makes me, I do worry about the people of Iran. They might try to use it, and including they might try to shoot them. They're getting desperate. In countries like these people and their governments are really evil. Keep Israel in your prayers and keep the people of Iran in your prayers at this time, because God only knows what these evil people can do. Speaking publicly, he said Iran does not speak but it's strong resistance to any aggression package according to reporting from the WorldIsraelNews.com. This statement comes at a time of heightened strain following Israel's military operations. They're also pointing about 1,000 of these warheads that are right now. So I tell you, look for action anytime this night. That's not in scripture, so if something happens, they don't get to shoot off all those missiles. Pray this action. The statement comes at a time of heightened strain. Iran's officials have constantly framed the posture as offensive between Israel's action in Gaza and beyond Syria. Our regional struggles who created it. They have never put that on there. The foreign ministry emphasized that.
Okay, I'm coming.